they break once more. A warp core breach on this galactic shore. We wait for comms, Latinum's our plea. In this buggy cosmos, we're Starfleet, you see. Star Trek Fleet Commando, the lags are full. Bugs that vanish, then return to show. Compensation chests, they come and go. 7 years of crashes. Still we boldly, so raise your tricorder to the stars. We strive through endless bugs. We keep the fleet alive. 7 years of chaos, yet we'll never fall.
Out in deep space, late night stream glow. Warp engines humming, green skin under tow. Fleet command charts on a cracked tile screen. Undead eyes focus, sharp and keen. The legends know when MJ streams, the numbers grow. Zombie captain never sleeps, grinding galaxies while the universe creeps. From the bridge to the stars he stands, a helmet in one hand, a mic in the other hand. Zombie space captain, rise from the void, brains on cooldown, fleets deployed, booms in the cosmos, never alone, commanding the stars from a streamer's throne. Zombie space captain, fighting the night, wrestling gravity, holding the line, undead legend with a heart of gold, a great father first. Now that's the road. Oh, off-stream bell rings, ding, ding, ding. Wrestling fan when the ropes start to swing. From pile drivers to power bomb lore, he knows every pop, every crowd roar. Stories, heroes and heels, same passion as when a fleet congeals. Knows when to sail, knows when to stand. Life's a match, he's got it planned. Weather, space, a squared circle lights, he shows up ready every fight. Zombie space captain. On the void, brains on cooldown, fleets deployed, booms in the cosmos, never alone, commanding the stars from a streamer's throne. Zombie space captain, fighting the night, wrestling gravity, holding the line, undead legend with a heart of gold, a great father first. Now that's the road. Hey, 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 hey. But when the stream fades, screens go black, there's a quieter strength that's got his back. Teaching, guiding, leading with care. Real world hero, always there. No leaderboard tracks, that kind of win. No time.
Pre-rolls incoming, guys. Stand by.
But every bedtime story told outshines the stars, brighter than gold. Zombie space captain, hear the cheer, fleet command legend, always sincere. Wrestling fan with the father's grace, undead king with a human face. Zombie space captain, this one's true. The greatest title belongs to you. Across the stars or close to home, you wear that crown. MJ had a love. Yeah, 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 MJ had woke up with a mission on his mind. Op71 shining like a summit he's gotta climb. Scrapping every ship, every part, every core, grinding those dailies till his fingers get sore. He's got spreadsheets.
You know my hats want your ads. Message at MJ Hat in every Discord for me.
Chasing that level like it's written in his spine. He's on the race to 70. Nothing gonna slow him down. MJ Hat's engines roaring like a king without a crown. Every note, every research, every hostile he'll destroy. Op71 calling like a victory convoy. Yeah, he's grinding through the chaos, never losing track. MJ Hat's on the rise and he ain't looking back. Alliance chat buzzing, bro, you're almost there. MG Hat just laughs, says give me one more repair. Armories humming, docks line tight, ships fueled up for another long night. Events dropping, he farming like a beast from the Alpha Quadrant to the farthest east. Every chest he opens is another step one. Op71 ain't a goal, it's a destiny run. He's on the race to 70, nothing gonna slow him down. MJ Hat's engines roaring like a king without a crown. Every note, every research, every hostile he'll destroy. Op71 calling like a victory convoy. Yeah, he's grinding through the chaos, never losing track. MJ Hat's on the rise and he ain't looking back. Some players quit, but MJ Hat, nah, he was built for this grit. Through lag, through bugs, through the endless grind, he keeps pushing forward with a champion's mind. He's on the race to 70, the finish line in sight. MJ Hat's warp trail blazing like a comet in the night. When that upgrade hits, the whole alliance will cheer. MJ Hat made it happen, the legend's finally here. Op71 unlocked and the galleys knows the fact. He climbed the mountain and he ain't looking back.
Guys, quick, before the raid gets here, load up the song requests.
On the corner of the quadrant where the warp lanes cross, there's a humble little outpost run by a legend of the sauce. MJ Hat at the register, phases set to serve, handing out crunch wraps with a Starfleet level nerve. Customers beaming from every sector, near
Lots of good people piling in. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys.
His hat calls out orders like a captain on the star.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
Cheese engage, he proudly states, keeping Taco Bell running smoother than the warm core plates. He's MJ Hat at Taco Bell, only serving where few dare dwell.
You're good, lady, too.
Speed,
No worries, no worries.
every need. From the drive-through deck to the sauce packet bay, keeps the whole ship flying through the day. Yeah, the galaxy knows him well, the Starfleet hero of Taco Bell. Klingons want the fire sauce, Vulcans keep it plain. Romulans, astronauts
Yeah, refresh, guys. Not sure what that's about. Somebody spam refresh in the chat, please. Shouldn't have done that.
Swell, he's the legend, the myth, the hat of Taco Bell.
I've not had any problems for the past few days, and all of a sudden, yeah, that one's actually a good one. Lost in Shark. Guys, welcome in. Welcome to open mic night, per the usual. Let's transition over.
Welcome to open mic night. Join us.
All right. What's going on, you guys? How is everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful day? It is Sunday, and we are Twitch updated it. If you get disconnected, it doesn't take you completely offline. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird, Panda. Sometimes our router gives us trouble here, but most of the time, past few streams I've been having issues, but I think we've got that in check. Guys, welcome in. If you don't know who I am, my name is MJ Hat, and no, I did not do the update, Green Tea, and maybe that's got something to do with it. So let me get the song request going. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Because he's not even up here. So music's playing. Chat, let me know what's going on, because I shouldn't be having these kind of troubles. Yeah, weird. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on my end. I don't even have anything running except the game. Okay, weird. Looks like we're good. So, I took yesterday off, right? I was going to do a solo stream, no VC, no stage. I realized that the notification that went out, thank you, Ruby, for pointing it out, I didn't change that. That's my bad. I'm sorry. If we do have to stop and restart, we'll get it fixed. So, yeah, of course he inserted tacos. Why wouldn't you insert tacos? That seems like the thing to do. No, we are up and running. I had to close out Ultra. We'll see what happens. I've turned down the frame rate as well. I should be still coming out at 30 though. So we'll see what's going on. Listen, I've had enough tacos. Moose. I can't handle any more tacos. Please, no more tacos. C Engineering with the hydrate. I was waiting till I actually came on. I seen a 5-stream streak from Warzone and a 15 from C. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you. Hey, Ellie, welcome in. Maybe some streaking will make it better. 65 from Green Tea Legend. Catching all the wrestling streams, all the STFC streams. That's awesome. We got a couple of things to talk about. I need some feedback today. So I have some questions. So I'm kind of going to wait for the raid to get here before we really get into all the different things, right? And that could be a little bit, but for now, let's transition over to the game, right? That might make things a little bit better. Yes, I am decked out in my next gen uniform because it was time for that. I was checking out this raid we got going on here, right? And there's a lot of necro doing necro things out here, and I don't much care for it. Somebody was getting raided, and it's one of the whales on my server, actually, a 75, and I'm surprised they got in, but man, they're doing something. Look at the speed of this guy. I can't even click on him. He's going so fast. Oh, they're raiding. Hold up. Wait a minute. Were they raiding? Interesting. I might have to shenanigans that. Everything is better with streaking. Guys, welcome in. Join the feedback.
You know my hats want your
100%
hats.
should.
Message at MJ Hat in every Discord for me.
So, I have some questions. Yeah, I raid from the game. No, I've got there's a streamer coming in, another STFC streamer, Ultravetica. If we can get a shout out for Ultra in chat, actually, if you don't mind, guys. He's currently live right now. I am Panda. I am. He'll be in shortly. I know he's still got some stuff to do himself, and we're starting right on time, which is unusual for me. Normally I'm late. Don't tell anybody though. Yeah, so right now I've got the stage up and I've got Rage, Ostis, Taco, Martok, and Shockwave. Guys, welcome in. How is everybody doing today? I want to start at the top and go with Ostis and work our way around. Ostis, how are you on this fine Sunday evening, sir? Not too bad, not too bad. Still getting kind of situated, still getting kind of adjusted. Rage, man, what about you? How are you? What the fuck, Rage? Yeah, oh well, that's good. That's good. You're in the right place then. You're in the right place. Kudos on that. Um, Taco, what about you, buddy? Good. You don't hear Discord? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it didn't unmute. It should have unmuted. That was weird. Give me a
Oh,
sound check, guys.
check, check, check.
Okay, yeah,
Check
it's going
one,
through
two,
now.
1, 2.
It's
Oscar
going
has
through now.
Barbie dolls.
Dang right I do.
Right
So
on.
we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go back to Oscars.
Yeah, my button didn't work. That's weird. I'm gonna have to remap that. Okay, now that we've got everything situated and set up, there are several different chats going on right now, so just be wary of that. If you guys are interested in joining the stage, you're more than welcome to. We do this every week, every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, sometimes 9. It depends on these kids on whether or not I can actually sit down in front of my computer or not. 8 p.m. Eastern. So that is where we're at. Shock, man. What about you? How are you doing this week?
I'm doing well. Gearing up. It's back to school week for the kid. So, gearing up for that. It's going to be, just doing all right.
Good deal. I want to go to Martok, and then I have some questions for the class. Martok, how we doing, brother?
Good evening, Hat. I'm good, buddy. I'm just doing some dishes before I take off for work for the evening. So,
Right on. Right on. Yeah, the first thing I've got to talk about is alliance tournaments, guys. Now, this might come as a shocker. We just finished one, right? So tomorrow, and you guys probably already know this, but needs to be said. Tomorrow we're starting a fresh version. They've cleared all of our cooldowns. We're going into a new alliance tournament. How are we feeling about these back-to-back tourneys? Is that really a bad thing, or I mean, just where are we at? Whoever wants to speak.
I like it. I think it's a good thing. I mentioned earlier that they could run one weekly for the next 3 weeks, and it'd be just fine with me. So it's allowing people to get some of these artifacts. As a matter of fact, Simon and myself were having a conversation earlier about the G7 uncommons, and we actually a few of us were having that conversation. Where getting those getting those ship parts has been a real pain in the ass. So the gilded shackle, most people are putting most G7s at least are putting some work into the gilded shackle. So the more tournaments we're running, the higher that gilded shackle is getting, and also the higher that emerald chain is getting, as everybody who currently is on maxed emerald chain will be getting a fleet preset at level 37. So the more
Right.
that they run these, the quicker that we get those much needed fleet presets, and we get those much needed gilded shackle shards. So I like it.
So I need to work on the Gilded Shackle. I started on it. I'm not too far in just yet. Wilson, good to see you, buddy. Wilson's one of my alliance mates. Thanks for popping in, dude. Yeah, I'm getting a. I've just hit G7 like last week, right? So I'm 20 shards in of the 55 I need. I don't know what the upgrade looks like from there, but it does go up quite a lot. Eventually, a 500% freaking efficiency. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wake up, go figure. There we go. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Hi. Told you. Every time I hit the go live button. Every time. Never fails. I think it's
She
too soon.
wants
Should
her
have stayed with
15. She
once a
wants her
month.
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. It would be better if it wasn't just ship parts, Wilson, but it is in fact just ship parts, which that's fine. Dark Tree in chat says, I think it should have stayed with once a month. Dark Tree, let me ask you why, if you don't mind. Because I'm in the same camp with Shockwave. I'm where more is more, free is free. Granted, I could see a little burnout happening, but we're not there yet. How many tournaments does that make, actually? We've done 2 already. This is the 3rd one since the beginning of M93. Is that right? Is that right? That don't sound right. This is Miss
I think
Minnie.
it's the third one in 2 months. Like it'll be the third one in 2 months. I think we had one in July and then or two
But
in the
we
middle of
did.
July. 2 in July and then one here in August. So within 2 months we got 3 of them. I kind of like it because it's more sourcing for the Reaver for free to play, and I'm gonna probably unlock the Cardassian Torture actuator with this tournament.
Ooh, nice, nice. Darktree says in response to the question, I am beginning to feel the game is a bit too cluttered and asking for more time from us to be able to finish everything for the day. Yeah, I mean, they are pushing for engagement, but some of those tasks aren't hard, man. You can do some of the easy 5,000 tasks. Granted, you won't max out your points, but I don't think min-maxing everything all the time. I know a lot of us do it. Guilty as charged, right? But you can get away with skipping a week. You can get away with doing 5,000 point tasks for a week or two. Not really a big deal. But that's just me. Cruzito says, but you don't have to do everything every day all the time. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Run them every week. So I am gonna, like, when people do get in here, I'll probably bring this up again. We're gonna run a couple of polls tonight. I have a form that is requiring some feedback. Okay. And now I can't show you the form for obvious reasons, but on it talks about alliance tournaments, and there are other things it talks about, such as, and I'm pulling it up now because I should have been more prepared. The Voyage Across the Void changed to hostiles, where we're shifted to FKR hostiles. How are we feeling about that? Shockwave, what are your thoughts? You there? Well, he might have stepped away. What the hell?
Oh,
Something's wrong with my OBS. My internet is not down.
you're back.
Could it be the update?
It could be. If I update, it's gonna break everything.
I know.
God, that would be better than doing this though. I'm not entirely sure what to do because I'm showing full green, full connected. No.
To be honest, I don't really see a difference for it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, but also I don't compete in the SLB. I don't participate on them. But in the SMS part, at least they're easy in my opinion. You could get them done in less than an hour.
Let me put something out. Net's being spotty. Refresh if needed. Do me a favor and pin that, somebody, please. I'm not sure why it's acting all crazy. Because it hasn't been like that. Like it would go down, but it would stay down if he was turning off the router. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think it's something else. Maybe it is the update. So post stream today, I'll go through and I'll update it all. I'm gonna have to. Because it shouldn't be doing all that. Yeah, I agree. All hostiles was good for me. I don't so much like that they've went to FKRs, but at least that is still an option. You know what I mean? Like it could be a lot worse. It could be just the events themselves. But that now we're talking about the SMS. What about the SLB? The SLB is no hostiles. So I don't know. I kind of swing and a miss there. If you ask me. Are we down again? I like it, Simon says. Okay, good. Good. So, little Missy, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm
Let
a little
me,
bit personally disappointed that my MU hostels don't count anymore, but I'm okay with it either way.
FKR only, Wilson. It's not going to be MUs. No, just FKR. Rage, I agree. I used to be able to send the Dauntless in and get everything done just by doing a Dauntless run. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know what I mean?
I mean, you still can, just at FKR now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to waste my Dauntless starts.
Well, exactly. Nobody wants
There's
to
no
punch
reason
that
to.
bar down.
There's no reason to. No, I understand why they're doing it because they want to eliminate people like grinding Monavine space, grinding walk space, even regular old augment space for lower levels, right? Like the original augment space, not the newer version. I don't know. But people overall, Simon says it means that the event is decided on participation of the topic and not just those who can send out the most auto grinders. That part makes sense. At least for the leaderboard, it makes sense. But the SMS, they should have left that alone. 1000% should have left that alone.
I mean, if you're smart, you do both. You send out and hit hostels, and you do what's part of the event.
Maybe.
And then you win.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Then you don't mess up, right? They have been pushing FKR overall. Look at Fleet Commander and G7 research. You're right. Ships. What else? Let's talk about board conquer armadas, right? One of each ship needed for that. I mean, the further back we go, the more FKR buffs and negativities they keep bringing, right? Galactic anomalies in particular, right? 6-star ships, hands down. How many 6-star ships are there that aren't FKR ships? There's like 1, right? Maybe 2? Not counting the Vengeance? Because that's what? The Reaver, the Athena, and that's it? If they want to push FKR so well, why don't they make the sourcing for G7 rare parts better? I don't know, Moose. It's a good question. That's the kind of stuff we need to be asking. Right there. C, what about you, buddy? I see that you've found your way up to the stage. How are you feeling about that change?
The way I look at it from my perspective, it is good that the change is happening.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not always the best answer. It's kind of one of those yay and nay.
Back. I'll be back here in just a few minutes. I'm going to try and update my OBS and see if that'll fix the problem, okay? So, Ultra's still going, right? Can we send these people over to Ultra right quick? I hate to do that, but I can't keep cutting out every 5 minutes. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, if somebody could please. All right. Somebody get in there and tell him. I'll just have to restart. It's not a big deal, but we can let me get this raid going, because I don't want you guys to drop out. I don't want you to lose nothing. But I'm gonna send you guys over to Ultra temporarily, and then he'll send you guys back when he's done. So tell him I said to waffle.
Yeah.
So I can figure out what's going on. So be right back, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Closing that. Closing that. We should be broadcasting now, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. ICC. Let's see how this works.
I detected Barkman right away.
I think it's fixed. It's updated at least. I'm on 32.2.1, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's try this again. Okay. I think I got it situated now. So we'll see how this goes. If there are still problems, then I don't know what it would be. Ultra. I had to tell him. Thank you, Green Tea. I see you got it too. Okay. Thank you, guys. Again, I apologize. It's not normally how we do things. My game never disconnected like the whole time, so it's not my internet. It's not my internet. There's no way. You even get the slightest little disconnect and it's there. All right. Yeah. That is what she said, Ultra. Here. That is what she said. I'm sending him. All right. Guys, welcome back in. Sorry again. So sorry. It's just been one thing or another all day long. So, we're back. We're back up. We're good to go.
Hello,
let me know
Lady
if we
P2.
drop out. Song requests are still up and running. Things look a little bit smoother now. I'll download the two and put them together. I had to get rid of the jacket because it's just too hot. It's just too hot for that damn thing. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out and I'll let you know.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, C. Appreciate it. Shouldn't have ruined anybody's stream streaks or anything. We are back up and going. All right. I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to funnel back in, because I think he's about to raid over. Let me get this document pulled up. That way I can just have the actual... Not that. Not that. That is not what I wanted. The document for the feedback. Okay. We'll start from the top when people get back in. So, plus little Missy. Let me make sure StreamerBot's working. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stream. Yep. Nope. Asian boy. Nope. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. You're futile. I ain't doing it. Resistance is not futile, brother. Hey, this is good music. This is a taco song, isn't it?
Taco, taco.
So not sure how that all worked out, but okay. Incoming. All right. Let's go back to the
Welcome to Open Mic Night. Join us.
All right, guys. Ultra, thank you for holding down the fort, brother. Sorry about that. Not sure what all happened there. I updated my OBS. Sammy with the tier 1. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Ultra, how was your stream, dude? Hopefully better than my first attempt. Hopefully better than my first attempt. We're going to try this again. Guys, welcome in. If you don't know who I am, my name is MJ Hat, and I'm thrilled to see you guys. 100%. There's the big, beautiful Ultravetica. Love you, buddy. Oh, there's a Jason, too. And a Samo. Oh, my. Oh, my. Ultra, thank you. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to startle you with a raid, but if for some reason the connection drops, just start refreshing. I've not lost internet this whole time because I'm still on the same screen. So I don't know what was going on. I'm assuming it was OBS. No, you're going to service us. No. There's a Samo Knot. Good to see you, Samo. Good to see you, love. Miss Minnie here is going to climb all over me in the background. Ultravetica wants to collab. Okay. Ultra, you should come to the stage, but I can do that. Boom. Bringing up Ultra. Hey, buddy. Oh.
You know my hats want your
Hey, buddy.
ads. Message at MJ Hat in every Discord for me.
Ultra, are you there? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'll get it. I'll get it. Hold on. I can't hear you. I don't know why. Should be able to. As I'm fighting with a toddler or an infant. Goodness. It's not showing me you at all. Should be. Give me just a second, guys. I'm getting Ultra on screen. Quit. Where's Stream Together? Oh, he kicked me out. Okay, just come to the stage, Ultra. There you go. That's easier. That's easier. That works a lot better for me. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. As I'm one-armed here.
Hello there.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
It's Ultra Daddy.
It
What's
is.
up,
Hey
man?
guys, how you doing?
Not
I
too
just wanted to
bad.
pop in and say hey. I'm
Hey.
like, look at me doing things in your time zone and you doing things in my time zone. Look at this.
Weird. Happy time zone, Ultra. Happy time zone.
Happy time zone to you and every hattie hatter people. Hatters. What
little
is your
hats?
community called?
Little
Hat
Maniacs. Hat Maniacs.
Hat
We're only
maniacs.
hats.
Hashtag only hats. Hashtag at MJ Hat everywhere
No,
right
don't,
now.
don't do that. Yep. Nuh-uh.
Only Lassie can do that. MJ, I just want to say hi. I just want to say thanks for your surprise raid. And thank you to Nigel and Samo if they're still here for their surprise raids as well. That was wonderful. It's just great to have some support from some amazing people and for people to hang out. I think we're all pretty special to have some amazing people in all our communities. So I just want to share that and say a big thank you and love you much, as probably something like Jason Vinek would say.
Loves to you. Loves
Ultra.
to you. Yes.
Loves to you.
Ultra, I wanna tell you something.
Uh-oh.
You in your
Okay, Shockwave, yeah.
your blatant honesty earlier on your stream was refreshing.
I love it.
It was
It was?
great. It was
Yes.
fantastic. It was absolutely what needed to be said at the appropriate time because of what the situation is in APAC. And it was just well timed. You've let it out. It was emotional because that's where you play. And it was to the point, and it's what needed to be said. So kudos, brother. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do know that, like, for me, if I try and hide my emotions, it never works. One thing that I wish I it wasn't the case, but I know it is. So sometimes it's like, just go with it. People can read me once they know me well enough. They can read me pretty easy. So like, there's no point in hiding that. And I really feel that APAC is a whole region where the question does need to be asked: why isn't APAC performing in the way it should, like the other two regions are?
Agreed.
And after 7.5, 8 years of this game being alive and around, there's definitely, you can say it's a problem or you can say it's an opportunity. And I feel that this should be an opportunity to say, hey, why don't you want more money out of APAC? You're probably getting money from, you're definitely getting money from EU, you're getting money from the US servers. Why isn't APAC shining as well as it could be? And what are you going to do about it? I think are some great questions that need to be asked. So thank you. Thank you, Shockwave. I appreciate all your kind words there.
Oh, we love you, man. We really do. And I thank you again for raiding in. I love spending time with you, Ultra, but I realize it is balls early there tomorrow morning for you. So I hope you have a wonderful and productive day as I'm finishing off yesterday.
Well, with my normal terrible sleep pattern, it would be balls early, but it is now, for me, it's 5 to 11 in the morning, which is good.
Oh.
It's almost lunchtime.
Oh.
So the past almost week has been really good because I've kind of forgotten how good it feels to actually be awake at a proper time. I know that sounds weird, but you've got kids. You know you know what sleep deprivation and sleeping weird times can do to you.
I don't even remember what sleep is.
What's that 5-letter word?
Yeah.
I'll get the crayons out. We'll spell it. And to just feel like a normal human again, or what it might actually feel like to be normal again, is really empowering and really good. So thank you for embracing the new times. And it now means that because I'm going to be awake at when US people stream and Canada people stream, I can now catch streams instead of just catching VODs.
Yeah.
That I'm looking forward to as well.
How about that?
Real time. Exactly.
So, Austin says, I don't love Ultra. I'm in love with Ultra. That's awesome. That's awesome. Austin's going to take you to dinner. He's going to take you to dinner.
You stay away from Ultra Daddy. He's my Ultra Daddy.
Oh, my.
I'll either say get in line, or you might have to fight Shockwave for me, Ostis.
Shockwave could have you. Shockwave could have you.
I will definitely watch the fight because I mean,
don't tell him that.
The cuck chair here is so comfy, and we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. But MJ, hope you have a good stream. I do have to duck out and do some adult things, but I will be back soon. If you're still on within an hour, I will be back.
Okay.
So guys, look after him. He's a wonderful person.
I'm breaking
and guys,
things.
take care. I'll catch up with you later.
So
take care, Ultra.
As I was getting to before we had the horrible lag problems, and I needed to update my OBS. We do appear to be 5x5, by the way. I have some questions for the chat, and guys, these are serious questions. I need some serious answers from you guys, okay? The first thing we were talking about was alliance tournaments and the frequency, okay? We've had 3 alliance tournaments over the past 5 weeks, if you count tomorrow. So, chat, how are we feeling about that? Is that pro, con? I know what the stage has said, and that's in the beginning portion of the show that is sort of choppy, but it's fine. But chat specifically, and if we can, I'd like to get a poll up on this. The alliance tournament frequency definitely needs to be, so if one of you guys wouldn't mind right quick throwing up a poll, I got to grab the baby again. She's getting to that stage where she's feisty as all hell and don't want to sit still. Here, why don't you get right here? Look at the pretty light. There you go. There you go. This one's crawl all over everything. Catching up here, chat. Slyzik says, I think it's good while they are testing new things when it what? when it settles down for more than 2 times, no more than 2 times per month, I think we'll go back to once a month once they get done testing stuff. Just really. But for now, this is reverse sourcing, right? Free Swag says, I'm
Right.
okay with it for more points since a lot tougher to do the 10K tasks. Fair. Purse says, way too much. Once a month was great. Helps free to play get ready and score the most points possible. Okay. So I'm seeing both sides. I like that. I like that. That means there's room for debate. I love debate. I missed what Retro said, but Mord says, Retro 100%. I'm struggling to find time to complete things these days. Too much. Okay. My alliance will get relegated and will drop out of Master, so I won't be able to get the ship. Ooh. No. Here's the thing. There's a graphic. It's in my Discord somewhere. It might even be in the graphics room. If it's not, we can throw it there. It's been on all the streams, right? So 3 5K tasks a day from, what was it, 60 people? I think it was 60 people. Get you 7.5 million points. That alone should keep your alliances happy. Should keep you from getting relegated. Should being the operative and key word. You'll still be able to. I'm not in Master League and I can get it. 2nd tier. Okay. So it's not just a Master League thing. That's good to know. Also, every alliance will be in the same boat. That's true. Every 3 weeks to once a month would be good. We will go back to once an arc. I promise you, that is what they've said. Once an arc. For now, though, is it okay the way they're doing it? And Green Tea, I see that 65 again. Thank you, Green Tea. Thanks, buddy. What are we playing in the background? I hear that, but I don't know what it is. Oh, the internet is for porn by Moose. Thanks, Moose. Appreciate that. Well, it is. It is. If you didn't know, it 1,000% is. 80 people. Thank you, Slizik. I'm trying to catch up. Chat's going really fast tonight. The way they can get things fleshed out and we can get the goodies in the meantime, I agree. Thank you, Cruz. That's 1,000% a good point. It is part of the tuning of the improvements. We are already live testing it every 2 weeks at the moment. Fair. So there was the poll. Thank you, guys. There is
Poll
a
is
poll up right
the
now.
answers are:
Go ahead.
do you want it once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, once an arc, or once a month?
Yeah, get
Put
your
your
votes
answers
in,
in.
folks. Somebody get me a screenshot when that completes, please.
Will
We're gonna
do.
be running a couple of different polls tonight. All of them are getting submitted immediately too, so please be aware of that. Beached, I see you got your hand up, buddy. Go ahead.
So, I'm not really going to comment on how often the Alliance tournament's running currently.
Okay.
Well, I am, but in a different way.
Okay.
I have a very, very big problem with them using everyday production for testing their fixes, especially when a lot of that event requires spend if you want the best things to get from it. Open up test servers and test your changes there like a normal company.
Okay. So even with testing it on the playtest server, that there's only X amount of people that even get to playtest, right? So this is something I do think that where it's alliance based, you need multiple alliances to test it properly.
Right, which is why they have 2,000 people on the test server, which is 1% of your player base.
Okay, fair point.
It's 1%.
Fair point. I'll take that. Let's see here.
Is it confirmed that there's 2,000 people on the plus test server?
I don't know which server is the playtest server.
No. I was saying there should be 2,000 people on it, 1% of the player. That way you get proper testing.
Ultra in chat says, and I quote, if only there was a small group of servers in a future time zone that could help with that. I love you, Ultra. I love you, buddy. That's fantastic. You're right. You're right. Beach, to your point, I can see why you mean that. I can see what you mean by that. There's nothing wrong with that. They should be fully fleshed out. But for now, we, the players at large, can get the rewards from this thing, and many free-to-plays can get the Reaver just by doing this, by running through these tournaments. Cruzito says, I disagree. They can run them every week for us to help test. We don't have to max everything. It can be done for free. We don't need to spend in Alliance tournaments. I've never spent for Alliance tournaments. And up until they changed it, I was doing max scoring. But, you know, that was obvious because they changed it, right? So now it is a little bit more difficult, and the 20K tasks do require some spend. In order to participate in some of the, yeah, please get your votes in on the poll, folks. That's true, too. I do, that is very important. I need screenshots of each one of these. There's going to be 4 or 5 of them tonight. Like, straight up. Shockwave, tell me, Shockwave is going to be temporarily co-hosting for the next arc, and I want to see what your opinion is on this, bud.
On the frequency of the Alliance tournaments?
Yeah.
I think, like I said earlier, and I know your OBS cut out, so it's possible the good folks at home didn't hear it, but I think it's a good thing. Let's look at something here. So if you are max Emerald Chain right now, you are on 34, which is 260% research speed, 3100% PvP damage. Next is 1800 shield health. Koskari, Titan, Velox, Hijacked refits added to tournament stores for 35. 36 is 800% Armada damage, plus 1 roll to the Stasis Globe Refinery, and then unlocks the Emerald Chain Challenger avatar. And then 37, 45% critical damage if you're G7, plus 1 fleet preset.
Yeah, that fleet preset
needs fleet preset?
Yeah, I don't have a first one. I still
exactly.
don't have
you
one.
don't have one.
No.
I have 2. I would like to have 3. And I guarantee you, if we polled people in your audience, a lot of people would probably say they don't have a fleet preset. So here's what this allows us to do. This allows us to get people a fleet preset. And guess how many fleet presets are in this new expansion of Emerald Chain? There are 3 of them. 3 of them. 3.
Yeah, something's up with the way you're coming through. It's sounding a little bit different than normal.
You're sounding like you're muffled. You have something in front of your mic or something.
Is it better?
No, it's still the same.
Say something
else. Let me drop out and come back in. Hold on, let me drop out and come back in.
Taco will bring you back. Rage, what about you, man? While we're waiting for Shockwave to come back, what are you thinking?
I mean, I'm okay with the frequency. I don't mind it every 2 weeks. I liked it once a month, but you know, every 2 weeks is okay. I won't be spending, but I'll do what I can.
Simon says he's wearing his underwear on his head again. Shockwave, let me get it.
That's what it was. Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, that might have been all I needed to do, just reset it. But yeah, so so you get the fleet presets at 37, 47, and where's the other one at here? Hold on, and 57. So at the 7s, essentially. 37, 47, 57. So you get the fleet presets there. So there's 3 in this expansion. So there's something else that we get as G7 players that is very valuable, and that is the Gilded Shackle. Gilded Shackle is going to help with a lot of ship part. And also, I think somebody earlier said something about needing to source rare parts better. We need to get those sourced a lot better because the sourcing for G7 rare parts is dreadful. So it's one of those things that As we're moving along in G7, it's getting better, but the Gilded Shackle, things like that, are certainly going to help. The point is, the more you have the tournaments, the higher you can get these things to where you get the things that you want. And yes, I understand that there's going to be some fatigue, but like I said, if they, if we keep on this they could have a tournament a weekly for the next 3 weeks to get everyone that first fleet preset. It would be painstaking. There'd be people burn out, but I guarantee you most people would rather have that fleet preset and say, you know what, I'll take a week or two of being burned out if it means I get a fleet preset sooner.
So Green Tea in chat has added something there, and it actually looks quite nice. Green Tea says it might be easier if the event was shortened to 3 days or even just 1 day. 5 tasks over 3 days is the same as 3 tasks over 5. And he's right. That is one way to do it, but 3 tasks every 5 days, right? I still think that's the way to go. Me, I'm on board with once every 2 weeks. I think that's as frequent as it should be. Shiz says, I'm not sure folks want to be burnt out. They do enjoy getting progression, but there is a balance. Fair. That's absolutely fair. Susie Q says, not every week. Too much stress for some. Good point. 1 task every 15 days. Well, now that tournament's going to take forever. Welcome in, Pepper. Good to see you. Event doesn't need to be 5 days. Wilson. Okay. Merc, thank you for the lurk, dude. Appreciate that. Taco, let me ask you. I know you already told us a little bit earlier before we cut out, but just for shits and giggles, because of all the technical issues, hit us with it again, please. If you can.
Wait, what?
The Alliance tournament stuff.
Oh yes. I'm pretty much on the. It should be every 2 weeks because I mean, yes, it is going to get people burned out. You're going to get what you need. I like getting my disco juice and the guild shackle. If there's going to be more opportunities to get more artifacts for it, I'm all about it.
Yeah, me too.
And for free to play players that don't have the Reaver yet, that's an extra 40. That's an extra 40 and you're gonna be able to get 80 shards in a month.
So Moose, here I gotta. Okay, so somebody, let me grab a screenshot of that right quick, and then we'll go to Moose's comment there. I got this one. Thank you, guys. 48% said once an arc. Okay. Appreciate that. I'd be down to play on bi-weekly, Moose says. Okay. The 5 days every month is still long. It's definitely the 5 days that are the problem. What's up, Corey? Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. I can see that. I can see that a lot. So, let me go to the next thing. The next question I have for you guys is, we have removed hostile scoring from the SLB and the ALB to address players who are leaving their Monavine or other ships out against revenge hostiles in the Voyage Across the Void event. It's the 7-day series they run every week, right? So, with these changes, is this something you agree with or disagree with? The reason being...
Strongly agree.
Okay, hold on now, Shock. Hold on. The reason being is they did this because people were leaving their auto grinders out all night, every night, and being able to get the top rewards, the same people every week, leaving 7 ships out to auto grind. Okay? They don't want you doing that in the first place. They want you to go out and engage with the event of the day. They did also change for the SMS FKR hostiles. So, Moose says, SLB scoring change is dumb. Okay. Let players score how they want. Okay. What rated songs are allowed? I don't care. It doesn't play on Twitch. Like it does while we're live, but then in the VOD, it's not there. So you're good to play whatever you want. Play whatever you want. If auto grinders were really the issue? Why not just remove attacker scoring? The battle log shows if they could track that. That's a fair point, Shiz. That's a really fair point. Good shout. Good shout. We are going to need another poll. Voyage Across the Void changes. Agree or disagree? If someone wouldn't care. I think it's bots, says Ellie. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chop.
Oh, I agree with it. I think that, in lieu, there could have been a couple fixes here. I think they could have added a 0 or 2 to the main method of scoring, to dissuade active, or not active, but to dissuade auto grinding from hostiles. I think that we know for a fact, and I'm not up here trying to be the morality to police, right? That's not what this is about.
No.
But we know for a fact that there are players out there that institute botting that is not legal in the game, and they can program it to go hit, to come back, to repair. There's no place for that in STFC. I'm sorry if I'm not meaning to attack anybody up here. If you're doing that, that's great on you. Okay, I sincerely, I'm not attacking you. What I'm saying is that for the people that are wanting to actively engage in armadas, for the people that are wanting to actively engage in priority 1 teams, for the people that are wanting to actively engage in solo grinding, for the other things that are in Voyage Across the Void, that's what you need to be interacting with. This is not an auto grind event where you send out your bot and you just essentially steal rewards from people that are actually out there engaging in the way that the event is supposed to be made. Okay, I'm sorry if that's you. I'm like I said, I'm not attacking you. What I'm saying is time and place if you do want to use a bot, and this is neither. You need to be doing your solo armadas and your group armadas and things like that. That's the nature of this event.
The poll's up, guys. You've got a couple of minutes to get your vote in on that. I think it's like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm not sure. Whoever put the poll up, thank you for that.
I put it up, and it's 5 minutes.
Okay. Do me a favor on the next one and throw it to 10, would you? That way we've got more time to get more people's votes in. Not trying to cut you off there, Shock. Not at all. I definitely, I need these results for my form. So, Ostis in Discord chat. Hilarious. Botters do run the game for the rest of us. That's absolutely right, Mord. So that's part of it. I think I have to say that this is a change I disagree with. Okay, but this is me as the player, not as the CC. Does it need a care option for the poll? True. Needs a don't care? Okay. Well then, I mean, if you don't care about the change, Wilson, then you kind of by sitting on the sideline, you are agreeing with it, because the only way to change it would be for us to speak up about it. I understand you really, it doesn't matter to you either way, right? Beach, go ahead.
Sorry, I was switching back from the game.
Yeah, you're good.
So here's my personal opinion on it. I'm sorry, no SLB or ALB should be won by auto grind. Okay. Events like that, their leaderboards should require you to play the game. We are not playing an idle game where you just log in and let whatever happen. We are playing an active game. If I'm going to play the game to win something, somebody should be able to go, well, I'm going to stick out 7 ships, and I'm not even going to play the game to win. So that means I can't play the game because I have to put out 8 ships now to win. I want to play the game.
Queen Fanny in chat says the Dauntless shouldn't score either at that point. You have to activate that. So I don't know that I agree with that. Corey says leave it be. Cottontail says it's removing choice. Like you're absolutely required to hit FKRs instead of whatever. So I mean there's guys, it's okay if we don't agree. That's fine. We don't have to. But we can sit and discuss it around a campfire, right? That's what we're doing here. I want to hear, and Beach, you were making an excellent point. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. I do see we have a Pepper to come up. Pepper, go ahead. What do you got? What's your opinion on it? Are the changes good or bad?
Okay. Yeah, I apologize. Now, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I am okay with auto grinding, and I say this because it is a strategy. The game is built for it if you've done your work to do it. So, for example, I have only locked Romulan and Klingon on purpose. I stay as an enemy with the Fed because you know what I do? I freaking auto grind that shit. I throw my
That's
ship
gonna
out
hurt you
there
later.
in the 50s, and I just let that shit happen. And whatever, especially FKR, like let that shit happen. Fucking auto grind it. Do whatever you need to do your events. And if you need to put out 8 ships, I'm so sorry. Then put out your 8 ships because you didn't plan ahead. Also, I don't want to take away from those that do sit there and push the button 1,000 times because that shouldn't be taken for granted. And I don't know how to not compromise, but how to account for either one because I think both are valid for this type. Absolutely.
So
I will auto grind all night.
I got 65% on agree with the changes on the poll. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I honestly, I'd love to hear more.
What do you mean?
Shiz wanting to raise his hand. Go ahead, Shiz. I'll bring you up, but then I've got to start rotating people around, okay? And then we're gonna go back to Shock. So, Shiz, go ahead.
Sure, and I'll try to make this quick, but because I think a lot of it's already been covered. I think one point, and I don't think I'm alone on this, is that push for FKR. I know there's all these pushes to go to FKR, and there are ways that they could exclude auto grinding. Because like I can understand part of the argument there. I can, but you know, as Pepper even mentioned, for some people, even the shift to FKR, that still leaves that accessible to some, and you know, people can just go out. How many, you know, who's gonna send out the most Dauntless runs? But the bigger thing is, what does the player's overall rest of their day look like? And you know, I think one of the discussions that was had with another CC was about how, like, with the voyage across the void, which was only released back in like May, so this is updating after 3 months. Since that came around, how many times do people have to go? Let me check what daily it is. You know, we went from the 6 and
Never.
12s to the 12 and 24s, and
Never.
nowadays, like, other than, you know, 1 or 2 days a week where you might need to go double check and see what it is, it was, I can, you know, I can go out, take care of my transition loop. I can take care of my academy fill up. I, you know, do whatever loop you're already doing, and you don't have to worry about it. And now it's going to go back to, okay, on top of all the other stuff that you have to do to keep all of the refineries running, make sure you go hit this or that. And let's also not forget that we went from mirror dust being a task we distinctly did during on Wednesdays to that is for finishing out the meta SMS, which we still lost a little bit of premium mirror dust. It's not a lot, but a little. And you know, all that just sort of compound, and it's like, guys, you went years between your updates and 3 months just to say, hey, y'all aren't hitting enough FKRs, which, and I'll make this a wrap-up point. I don't know about everybody else, but as a G6, unless events call for it, the biggest point that I've gone to is I can hit as few as 20 hostiles, and that's maybe all of them for the day.
Right. C, you had something you wanted to add there. Go ahead, buddy, and then we'll go to Shock.
For those who are questioning, it's like, well, I got to click like hundreds of times and stuff like that. We got this nice, neat little artifact. Allows us to chain a bunch of hits. The Kishara. I got mine's level 5. I could go do an initial attack and up to 10. So if I do that, I check back in 2 minutes while I'm doing other stuff. I don't see that being a major problem, but I am also aware that not everyone has a Kishara. So for those who
for
have
you or
it,
me, it's not.
That's
for
the
you or
easy
me, it's
part.
not.
Well, and even if you do have it, that's an active engagement. And
Yeah.
it's, how much time is that taking away, the load in time, and it's all these things that require the task switching, the system load in time, like all that just slowly adds up. It might be a couple seconds here, a couple of seconds there, but what's the level of burden and time commitment that's to be expected out?
Yeah, as Shiz and Jen in chat are both pointing out, it does, you do have to still actively engage. So I do think that's why I'm like, I can see why this is a hot button topic. I can see why this needs talked about. Shockwave, man, Voyage of the Void. You were talking about botting was the reason. I think it's simply the auto grinding, flat out. But as Shiz was saying earlier, it's easy to say something you target versus something that targets you. So
Yeah, and it could be as
Shockwave.
simple as if you look on. Oh, sorry. Good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that the two can be, they don't have to be mutually exclusive, right? I think that there's a world where botting, and then I think that Scopely looks at botting, looks at botting a little bit differently. And then you have auto grinders that you can set out all night, whereas you can do, you can set your bot to go out all night as well. The problem is one is legal, the other isn't. And the other problem is once your auto grinder is done for the night, if you're still asleep and you don't get up to repair it, it stays dead. Whether a player blows it up or whether you do, or whether you blow up on yourself or things like that. And then with one of the bots, it repairs itself and sends itself back out. So there's two forms of difference there. Now the problem here is that still it doesn't, so actively engaging in a hostile is still not, when you take the botting argument out of the equation, it is still not starting an armada. It is still not completing a priority one away teams. It is still not doing a solo armada. It is still not doing a Crinum formation. Everything in which Voyage Across the Void was designed to get people to do and engage in the game. So even if you take that argument out of the equation, which is fine, it is still not getting down to the true nature of the event. And that's why I disagree with what Pepper said earlier, because who cares if you can just click, 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 click. It doesn't matter because there are still events that will allow you to grind in the game. Voyage Across the Void, however, is just not one of them.
Shockwave, I can tell you who cares. They care. They want you to
Yeah,
engage. Like
they want
that's
you
the
to
whole
engage.
thing.
Right. Which is exactly my point. They want you to engage in the feature of the day.
Yes. Yes. Whatever that event may be. Like what is today's? I haven't looked because I've gotten into the habit. I don't normally look, which is a bad habit to be in, but guess what? How often do you guys open this folder? Me? Never. I don't ever open it, and I'm going to have to start getting into the habit of opening it because today was what? Echoes of War, right? That is hostiles. That's going away. Armadas, okay. And buildings and research. Great. Great. So, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Go ahead, Pep.
I apologize. The thing I'm going to disagree again, like to go back and forth on this, is I planned my game to be able to auto grind. So me being able to do that is okay. And I'm okay with that for anybody else. I also just don't want it discredited when people have to sit there because they didn't plan ahead. And yeah, that's a shot. I'm taking the shot. Those that didn't plan ahead have to keep pushing the freaking button. But they deserve the same amount. So I will absolutely agree with the auto grinding to finish an FKR event because I planned for it. I did things that nobody else wanted to do because everybody wants to lock everything. So no, I disagree.
Well, let's go to Taco and then we'll go to Beach because we got hands up in the chat. Taco, go ahead.
So I think you could auto grind all you want, like anyone could do that. But I think for an SLB or an event like that, I think you should be active pressing the button. Like if anyone that has the artifact, you have a You could have 3, 10, or even when it's maxed out, 24 hostiles queued up to auto grind. I just think people take advantage of it to be able to do it overnight instead of being active for the SLB. I do think when it's for an SLB, it should not be you're able to auto grind to win the SLB.
Well, let me be clear before we go to Beached. I know that there might be some confusion here. Botting is 1,000% against terms of service. 1,000% and should not be encouraged in any way, form, or fashion. I'll say that right now.
Exactly.
Auto grinding is not the same. Auto grinding is something entirely different. Okay. To Pepper's point, there's nothing wrong at her level for a Monavine hostile, a Texas class.
Correct.
I get that. At my level, it is frowned upon. That is not something I should be doing to win my AOBs. Not at all. Beach, go ahead.
You just hit on the point I was going to make. And especially when it's ALBs and SLBs that count your entire alliance. Because why should I have to go grind a G3, G4, or G5 hostile auto grinding, which so I get no rewards that do me no good, which is a problem in the game with most of the events anyways, to why should I get not be rewarded to play the game and take part in events? Sure. And if I have to auto win something, I am not getting rewarded because there's nothing my level to auto grind.
Fair point. Anybody else on this auto grind stuff before we move on? What's up, Buddha? Good to see you, man.
You want to respond? I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
You're good. You're good. Pepper, Purse in chat says, Pepper has done something that a lot of us forget to do, and kudos to her for having foresight to be able to auto grind in FKR space. I mean, here's the catch on that, though. She's cut herself off from an entire faction worth of stuff. And you said it was your federation, right? That you've got negative rep? Is that correct?
I still get things. Yes, I still get the things. The things still happen. I still collect the blueprints. I still have access to all of that. I don't know how or why, but I have not actually cut myself off of crap other than the faction store, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
like
what I'm talking
that part.
about. That's
but
what I'm talking about.
I still get ships. I still have all of the. I have more blueprints for Federation ships than I ever need, and I don't even want the Federation ships.
Because you're blowing up the Fed ships.
See?
I'll fix that, Wilson. Just a second. That's not the one you want.
But
it's gone.
But
so try again, buddy.
I think that there is a clear strategy here, and I am biased on this one because I planned for it. I can auto grind high level 50s right now in FKR and finish events overnight. And it's not me being lazy. That's how I plan my game.
Well,
and I don't think that should be faulted for because I planned and others didn't. However, I do understand though, if you're able to sit there and click and click and click, I feel like you should get more for doing that.
Okay,
I will
quick question. What does auto grinding have to do with planning for an SLB or an ALB? I will make it very clear, not one person here cares about anybody auto grinding to complete SMSs. We don't care about that. That's perfectly
I thought
fine.
that's what you guys are arguing about.
No, we're arguing for the SLB and ALB.
Yeah.
The SMS, you're free to auto grind all you want.
I'm still doing
it's just
ALB. Yeah, I still win on that too. The ALB.
But that's but that's the thing. The issue is for the SLB ALB, we are fine with auto grind not on those to be able to get the points for that. We're fine with that change. SMS, you could auto grind all you want. It's just for the ALB SLB, we think many people think that auto grinding should not be able to score in them.
Yeah, it's not the same.
However, if people at my level planned ahead to be able to auto grind FKR shit at this level like I did, I'm allowed to do that. Just like everybody else can like push the button. Like I don't think it's a bad thing.
Hold on.
What
Simon's
does that
got
have to do with planning?
Hold on. Simon's got his hand up, so I want to go to him. I don't think it's the same. Simon, go ahead.
So my biggest issue when it comes to the ALBs, specifically the ALBs, is that this has to be done across all ops levels. From ops 1, well, probably 20 is when you can actually participate, all the way up to ops 80. Now, I don't know for certain, but as far as I know, the retaliation hostiles do not exist for FKR in the margins or the veil. I don't know that anybody's gone up there that far while still having negative faction. So that maybe
question.
Pepper will be the first.
That's a good question.
But I've always felt that as far as the ALBs go, we should be required to hit our ops or higher in order to score on those. There is no reason why I should be able to go pop down into a system and just clear the entire system as a 73, go clear a G5 space and say, that was easy for me to score points. I should be challenged the same way Pepper is.
Yeah.
Now, because of that, this is where it gets into the auto grinding. There is no outside of outposts, which, I suppose you could include outposts at that point. Outside of outposts, there is no consistent auto grinding option for a 73, 75, 76 in some people on our servers cases. It's just not possible. So in order to make it fair for everyone, auto grinders have to be taken out. Now, I would then say to make it more fair, you still have to hit your level or higher in order for it to count. But that's my thoughts.
Yeah, that would make it extremely hard on a G7, a higher G7 player such as yourself, Taco, Shockwave. Going to throw a name from VIP out there, Panda. Panda's a what, 75? We were talking about this earlier today. And if he was forced to kill only 75 plus hostiles to score in these leaderboards, he'd never be on them, right? Except for his dailies. So I get that. That kind of resonates a little bit with me, Simon, and I appreciate you bringing that up. So I guess Crazito, since we've got you on the stage as well, where are you sitting, bud? Before we move forward.
I think specifically, if you're talking about Echoes of War, right? That's the main one here. So I get that they threw that hostile grind as an opportunity to let players get some scoring in, because the big score ones are supposed to be armadas and building research, right? But they went ahead and threw a 10-point metric in there just to kind of be a tiebreaker, if you will, or for people that want to go ahead and grind because they might be short on directives or those kind of things. So I think it's for players that are maxed out on their buildings, maxed out on research. They've got nothing else that they can do, so maybe hostiles will help. I do think there needs to be something where, just generic hostile, because at the end of the day, you can go down and wipe out a level 20, right? And not cost yourself anything. I think there needs to be some sort of cost to an event, right? I'm not saying spend. That's not what I'm talking about, right? But because you can go in there and hit any hostile, there's not a level associated. I can go down into Klingon, go to the 60 range, and GS31 that sucker all day long, and not cost myself a single penny, not seeing a single bit of tripe, none of that. I don't think that's good realistically for that, right? Like there's got to be some sort of player cost in order to get the reward.
Sure.
So I think that's one of the biggest issues.
Queen Fanny done found the ray gun. No, you make good point, Crazito. I do want to move forward though, guys, because we do have several things to still talk about this evening. TC, this new territory pass, and its low price point. I wanted to touch on that just a little bit because guess what? It's still got these Vanguard prisms in it. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, I realize that this is a G6 plus thing. Okay, cool. Did folks talk about the day with the SLB for P1s? We did not shiz, but I can see where that will become an issue. Because the cap is
P1s,
totally
what's up?
P1 ATAs, priority 1 away team assignments.
Uh,
You can do it with the old ones though, or at least I thought you could. So, am I mistaken on that? You can. It'll take you more, obviously, but I do believe that you can do it with the old, not with the new version. When no,
Yeah, popping up for a
Yeah,
second
with
because
the
go ahead,
with the
Chiz.
new version, the FLB is just on P1, if I remember correctly. The FMF, I think, still counts the just on the normal ones.
Well, in that case, I mean, what are the other metrics of scoring? Is it just P1 ATAs? Because if that's the case, yeah, they'll have to adjust that. That'll have
Well,
to
I
be
mean,
adjusted.
yeah, it's just P1 ATAs.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the FLB, I think the FMF at least is more general. But I mean, a lot of the FLBs, like the nice part was even if you didn't like go after it, you were at least still getting a taste of what was going on just from doing whatever you were doing. And now it's very like, here, go after this. And like P1s, it's what you can hold about 2 or 3 epics worth at the gap.
2.5. So
Yeah.
it's not enough. I agree. Cottontail says Vanguard Prodigals yawn. What are you talking about? Cottontail? Vanguard Prodigals
Yawning at
are
Vanguard particles.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Listen. I like the Vanguard Particles. I think that they are wonderful. I'm looking for that particular pack. Research. I would think
1,400 of them for $100.
is that what it is? 1,400.
Yes.
Do you know where that's at so that I can show that on screen?
It should be under research. Should be.
Okay, that's where I was. Research currencies. Yeah. Okay. The point I was going to make, Cottontail, the reason I'm bringing this up, right? Use the search box. Should have. Thank you. This right here, these particles, for $20 and your participation, and there's the catch. Territory Pass has now been lowered, right? It's no longer a $50 bill. It is now a $20 bill. That is absolutely phenomenal, no matter how you slice it. That is $350, right? No, $300 worth. Just short.
About 300.
Just short. It's just for your participation and $20. I think that's wonderful. Not to mention everything else you get along the way. So the question I have, and the reason I was bringing this up to start with, right, is now that it's $20, do you think that more people are going to participate in the Territory Pass? That's the question. Shock.
If they don't for the Vanguard particles, if the Vanguard particles don't get you enthused to get in there, because Vanguard is essentially comparable to the new mirror tree. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's close enough. And I think that, just having that option there, just having that option to engage in something that's so high value, like $300 that last day alone. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
That's an incredible value for them to do that. And we can, people can say, but spend. It doesn't matter. Where else can you get $300 in the game for $20 investment? I don't see many places that's possible. Yes, exactly.
And time.
I don't see many places where that's even an option.
But again, that does require your full participation for all 4 weeks, for all 4 events of this Battle Pass. Wilson says, I might buy if I participate enough to get the Vanguard stuff. And that's fair. If you're not going to do your territory, so be it. But I mean, like this week, I've already done my territory. It's done. Okay. So I've got the first 4 milestones already unlocked. Good to go. I'm in an alliance. I'm lucky enough. And Wilson, Corey, you both know this. I'm lucky enough to be in one of the top alliances on my server. Because of that, I have five territories, and I'll be able to participate. Granted, I know that that's not going to be everybody, okay? But there needs to be a way, and maybe this is me screaming at the heavens, right? And I'll continue to scream it at the heavens. This TC Trailblazer needs to have 1-star adjudicators on it. Yeah, are we? Shit, I meant to go. I forgot. I meant to go. I'm going. Don't yell at me. I'm going. Where is TC? It's right here. Okay. Here I go. Surge is after, right, guys? Right? Right? Because I'm prepped for that. I'm not recalling my miners. That's not happening, but I will send my other 5 ships. So that's my bad. But I've got mine. So it is easier for those not in alliances, they can join all takeovers. I mean, yeah, but getting time in a TC zone, that's a different story. That's a different story. They'll get shot. Most of the time, Cruz. Trying to double check both chats here and keep up. Plus the baby's starting to fuss. Green Tea just got a geode. Well, what do you do when you get a geode? You ping lost in. That is exactly what you do when you get a geode. So should get to doing that, Green Tea. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can even do it on the stage. I don't mind. Ping at lost in right in stage chat. Don't mind. Don't mind. He's in the doobie den. The question though is, what else could we do to incentivize people to acquire the TC pass? My thought on that was the 1-star adjudicators.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I realize that everybody in the game is not going to be able to participate in Takeover. Sure. Only the top alliances. So if there's a hostile scoring mechanic, all you have to do is go here. Well, not there. Out here. Out here, right? Or, wait, goodness, hold on. Hey. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. You're all right. She just wants hailed. Sorry, guys. No, if they counted the hostiles, you need toast. That's funny, Pat. If they counted the hostiles, it wouldn't be a problem, I don't think. One sec. Chuck, carry on for just a sec.
Sure. I think what MJ's saying is that if we do add a hostile mechanic, that other people could participate, because how many alliances are on each server versus how many alliances actually hold territory. So I get that. I understand that that is a great mode of incentivization. That way, somebody who's thinking, oh, I've got no shot at this, I would like to invest in those Vanguard particles. I think at that point that they're incentivizing people to go ahead and buy. And I kind of like that idea, actually, now that he says that. I think another thing that it would definitely incentivize is people wanting to kind of play by their own rules in alliances. I'm not talking about rogue factions. I'm talking about the players that think that, there's only so many alliances I can join, and none of them really fit my true play style. Maybe someone's just completely into mining. Believe it or not, we have a couple players like that on my server. If they're completely into PvE, if they're completely into PvP, there may not be alliances like that in those servers. So this could be a way for a smaller alliance to participate, so that they're not missing out on what essentially is now primed, but will be a bigger part of the game as as that tree progresses and as the need for that tree progresses.
Okay, so I'm throwing up another poll about the TC pass. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chiz.
I think you might want to give me just a sec, because there are 2 caveats on that. One, to the comment, if people don't hold alliances, you can just join all of them. Part of the difficulty is, especially as they released the update to territory, the cost for joining went up significantly. And that is especially if you don't have a lot of higher ops folks with that can just pull from the 2- and 3-star Isogen And then the other thing is, while a hostile hitting metric would be nice and helpful, one thing as a reminder though is similar to mining in territory, you cannot hit territory hostiles until you own that system. You can't hit it during the takeover. You can only hit it once you have ownership established. The armadas people can go in and hit, but the hostiles you can't.
Which
but
is
the
why
hostiles are also available in the origin space in the square that MJ pointed at earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'm specifically talking about the 1-star adjudicators, not
Okay.
anything in territory. But
yeah, you're right.
Okay. Because anybody can hit these, right? And at what ops level can you start to hit these?
61.
You can't kill them before that?
I thought that was the engagement protocol, was 61.
No, that's the mining.
Well, that's where they get the refinery for the building, and they get the building. I think there is some limited engagement still that's left in there because they did reduce it. But I think it's just a matter of if you can take them down.
That's
and
my
like
point.
G5 Epics definitely can. At a bare minimum, like
I bet G5 rares can too. I'd about guarantee it. Properly crewed.
Yeah, now granted, I was doing it as a G6 and with crewing, research, etc. But I think back before getting territory and when starting out with the Ark, I've sent my G4 rare because any looting helps.
60 green tea. 60. That's what I'm looking at right now. This is the lowest ops level, or the lowest level system. But again, I know G4 players, Pepper, that was able to go through and kill them. So I don't think that it's such a far cry to say, okay, specifically these non-TC zone 1-star adjudicators. Queen Fanny says, I was killing them with a pylon. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Green Tea, what's your
thing?
I think Green Tea's G6. I need someone that's G4. Pepper, I know you are, but I would like to get somebody else. Because you're go ahead. Go ahead, Shiz.
The crazier thing, if we see some good sourcing on the Spocks, they've got a lot of power behind them, and it would be interesting just how big a player would need. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody down in like G4, maybe even G3, with the multipliers on those officers, that they could at least punch a few of them.
Hold that thought for just a minute. Hold that thought, guys.
Go ahead.
So, guys, welcome in. DJ, thank you for the raid, man. How are we doing tonight? I hope you guys did well with your open armadas and your Fortnite-age. We were just going over some different feedback, different things that I've been asking people about. We were talking about the territory pass in particular. And honestly, I'm getting some good results from it. Guys, welcome in. If you don't know who I am, my name is MJ Hat. I am an official content creator for Star Trek Fleet Command, and tonight we're doing open mic night. So if you'd like to come up on the stage, you're more than welcome to. ! Discord to get there. No, he did not, Dr. Juby. He did not. Who's Mike? I don't know. Are you Mike? Open mic night? Ha! Funny. Funny pirate yar. No, Pepper is beefy. Pepper is 1,000% beefy, and that's why I was asking if we had a G4 player. Territory pass is a no-brainer, says David Broom. Well, okay. If you're new here, please smash that follow button as we're trying to get up there just a little bit. I absolutely am trying to get the numbers up just a tad. DJ, thank you for the fat raid, my dude. Welcome in. No, this TC pass, there's value in it. There is a poll right now I'm running. If the TC pass had hostile scoring in it, would you be more obliged, since you could go out here and kill these 1-star adjudicators, to acquire it? Because again, to Shiz's point, it costs a lot to start a territory. It costs a lot to buy in to even compete for it. So, I mean, are we on a mic hunt? We are. We are. Nice try. Dave Broom, all that Vanguard at the last milestone worth $20, worth $300, Dave Broom. When you do the math, it's $300 worth of particles. $300. That's not even counting all the other stuff in the pass. And there's a lot. There's absolutely a lot. But it's, what'd you say, Shock? 1,400? Is that right?
1,400. 1,400 per 99.99 with the 7-day cooldown.
Yep. So worth it. Worth it by a long shot. DJ, thank you for the fat
every
rate.
bit of it. Every bit of it.
So, back to the point. Please put your vote in on the poll for me. I definitely appreciate it as I'm trying to turn this stuff in. No, just, I see it. I know there are other people that see it. It might not be everybody's thing. Should everybody engage with it? I don't know. I can't speak to a G4, G5. Helps if you actually finish the BP. You're right, Divine. You're right. But if you were able to go kill 1 stars for that, let's say you have 1 territory. 1 territory is not enough. You need at least 2. Minimum 2. Minimum 2. So, I'm good with hostiles. Let more people be able... Go ahead, Chuck.
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to go back to something Shiz said earlier, and that was the officers themselves. And this was something we talked about today on Nigel's show, was the Spocks are absolutely incredibly powerful.
Yeah, they're beefy.
I told them that the Vengeance, I have a max tier Vengeance, and I was able to almost, didn't quite beat a 73, but almost, and I have Cat Spock and Ambassador Spock, and I'm telling you, it had just the slightest of health left. So it leads me to believe that with the correct RNG, some critical hit here, critical hit there, could have wiped it out. The point is, with one of those things maxed, I was still getting taken to the woodshed. Like not even, or no, one of those Spocks to tier 2, it was not even close. Like I didn't even scratch it. With 2 of them to tier 2 made a significant difference. Makes me wonder what'll happen when I get female Spock to tier 2. So I think that, without having that 73 uncommon, it's definitely something that's within the realm of possibility for a max Vengeance. So, it's one of those things where those officers are absolutely key when it comes to that. And that, even believe it or not, increases the value of the pass, because guess what? There are 10 female Spock shards and 10 ambassador Spock shards in the bottom part of that. So if you're close like I am, it's one of those that if you need a couple more officers, the pass just sells itself. There's a lot of value in the TC pass.
So Queen Fanny says, if one can find a balance of ops and hostile hitting, suppose that ops could have mine 1-star isogenite, or sub that ops could have mine 1-star isogenite at high point gain, because it's so slow. That's literally how you'd be able to complete it. If they want to sell more of these passes, I feel like other scoring metrics are really the only way they're going to do that. But now that's an opinion. I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. Lowering the price on it was huge. It had value at 50. It has value at 20. Even more so. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Shiz, you were trying to chime in there?
Yeah, kind of in regards to 2 points. One, like in regards to the path, I think, what is the usual complaint about the TC path that people have is that all you get is points for time in system. And, whether it's mining, hitting hostiles, both of those change it from a passive, whatever time being available during the TC, which really is, how much value is there in that or gameplay, to things that are actually doing something and reward your progression in the game. Like the better your combat ships, the more hostiles you can take, the better your surveys, the faster you can mine it. But also on the author acquisition, and possibly one of the hottest takes is that I think I could throw out there is the issue with Paragon and Cadre. I don't even know if it was. I'm not sure it was fully what was going on, but it was, the pity counter that meant people usually weren't getting to the pity counter, and that most of it was set up to award transporter patterns. If it had, for example, had removed authors you had max, so you were always guaranteed some actual progression, maybe it actually could have been something good where it became, here's how you either are insured a recent officer that you don't yet have, or the new officer. And as mentioned, like there's so much to be said for just making sure players can actually get authors and start saying, oh, this is good. I want to chase more of this author versus I can't get the author. Why should I care about getting any of them?
So Cottontail brought up a good point. But would hitting hostiles remove the point of engagement with territories as a whole? I think as far as scoring in this particular pass, it might. But you know what you're really going into territory for? Oh, I got blowed up. That's cool. You know what you're really going into territory for? You're going for the services. You're going for the mines. You're going to hit stronger hostiles for isogenite. That should be your reason to engage. Granted, you can get the 1-star stuff for free, but if you want the 2-star or better, you've got to get into territory. That is the only way you're going to get it, with or without the pass, and whether or not it has the scoring on it. So, I just wanted to counter that because I didn't get a chance. It would have gained value over time. Yeah. Territory is an alliance mechanic, so it's got to get a better alliance. Individual scoring or something small alliance scoring mechanics is not helping. No. But if you're going to engage with the territory mechanic, you still have to get into a decent alliance. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you miss your TCs, okay, that is literally what I'm talking about. Or if you only have one. If you only have, let's say, a 2-star because you dropped your 1-star, it got took from you, like right here. Okay, this is an example. This is a 1-star territory, right? And this is Acer. Great. But they only have the one. They're not going to be able to finish their event because they only have the one. And they're not going to spend the materials every week. So being able to top off, if the company is trying to sell more of these battle passes, which they are, mining isogenite would be a better secondary scoring option. Mining isogen for somebody G5 or lower, just like was said earlier, is also another one. Well, there's packs in the store. I mean, yeah, but a lot of people can't just go to the store. I can't just go to the store. That's not how that works. Or they could increase the amount of points you get per minute so you don't need to be in as many TCs, says Brett Day. So another good point. There are multiple ways to fix it, right? Multiple ways. Just right now, you guys have together come up with about 10 ideas. Just people on the stage, people in the chat. It's not that hard. We're brainstorming. Cruzito, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that would be great, right? Or I think that they're also trying to push is trying to get folks to get into larger alliances, right? Like that's always been their push. If you look at my server, it's not bad, but we're definitely not healthy. I think the joke now, and as I bring it up, where we've got 2,000 players and 1,000 alliances, that obviously is not a healthy server, right? If you've got 2,000 players and 1,000 of them are in alliance of one or those kind of things, that's an issue. So I do think this revamp, while there are players that like to have, maybe 5 or 6 friends or whatever, and they're going to do that, that's great. But their push, I believe, is to try to get alliances to be bigger. Big focus on alliance tournaments is obviously that's a thing. Now this new alliance, the TC pass. So I think that's their big push, right? And so they're trying to say, look, small alliances, those are just not good for you necessarily. Or if that's what you want, you're going to miss out on a lot of the rewards.
Well, and to Divine Divinity's point, why do we need alliances if we make it an individual scoring thing? The event is already an individual scoring thing. I'm not making it that. It already is that. So,
right.
Why do you need your alliance? This right here. This entire tree that just got introduced last arc. This whole thing. That's why you need your alliance.
And if you were sleeping on that Vanguard Prism tree, you are doing yourself a disservice.
There's good stuff in here. I agree.
Yeah, and one more thing, MJ2, right? So one of the big pushes that I think, if you look at that end of the tree there, right, that's to now entice the G7, G6s, right, the bigger players to start engaging with their alliances. And before everybody jumps on me and says, well, I always engage with my alliance. Okay, fine. But there is a big difference, right? We talked about it a little bit earlier. The things that I go out and do as a G7 player are not the same thing that the G4s, the G5s are doing. this is kind of one of those ways of, well, guess what? You can now engage with us in TC a little bit more, where in the past, I rarely ever showed up. Why? Because it didn't really matter. We were going to negotiate it anyways, so we'd have to. Yeah. So I'm like, if we got TC, great. If we don't have TC, okay, right? Like that. So I think this is kind of a push to bring us back into the fold of our alliance mates.
3 arcs ago, to a G6 or G7 player, did TC matter to you at all? It's okay. You can say no. You can say no.
Oh, no.
That's the reason they revamped it.
Absolutely no.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
the answer was absolutely no.
And this is something that Scopely as a whole needs to get better on. And this is encouragement. This isn't so much as a criticism. This is, once something starts to become outdated, revamp it. Revamp it. We're gonna, the TC pass. I have never bought, never in my 2.5, 3 years of playing, have never bought the $99.99 TC pass until today, until this very arc. I never have, because it wasn't a value. That's how outdated the TC pass was. That's how outdated everything was. So one of the things that I could encourage them with, because here they hit it, they hit the mark. Everything was there. It was an incredible $99.99 pass, and it's one of those things that if you see that, take a chance. It's better than putting the same thing out a month after month after month and letting it stagnate. Because we're 8 months away from them having this new concept of the ARC fall passes that were completely different. And they started selling the $99.99 version of those like crazy, because it was one of those things where they took a chance, added a lot more value for 1 to 5 days an ARC, and it really paid off, because once that disappears, you miss out on that value. Now, there was a mishap with it this time. That's not what we're talking about. But all in all, that pass has done very well. And it just goes to show that when they take a chance, it really can work out for them.
Killer Angel says, TC doesn't matter, to be honest. It's nice to have research now, but again, when that's over, it will not matter again. Well, hopefully those mistakes have been learned from. And it's going to take a long time to get through this tree. It's not something you're going to be able to power through with just a couple of packs. So, but now that's an opinion. And Pepper, go ahead. I see you've come back up. What do you got for territory? You're muted. There
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I actually wanted to come in and be all like powerful, like screw territory, because a part of me is like, I don't think most alliances even freaking need it. We don't need it. We're doing this stuff because we're told we're supposed to do this stuff. And he's right. Like, we don't need this. We don't. There is nothing there. Even if they give the buffs, they're not that cool. Why are we fighting over territory?
For the research, in my eyes. But that's just me.
I disagree. But I mean, the research. I will always vote for research. Please don't get me wrong. I will always vote for research. But I think how they're redoing the entire lineup, I don't think we need to fight for it, but yet we still do.
Taco, go ahead.
So maybe for G4 the new research isn't good, but like for research for G7, I do value the new territory research, because it is helping with the overall the research itself has been awesome. There's cost efficiencies for G7 players, and it has been very, very well. So I wouldn't say that the territory research isn't bad at why we're fighting for territories. Maybe on your server you guys have to fight for them, but on my server we fought and no one hasn't touched us since then. Fit on my free-to-play account, we're pretty much stuck at one territory before we make a move. They want us to be engaged with territory. They don't make changes. They don't make changes because they see it's like, oh, territory is worthless or not helpful. It's just how your server reacts to it and how they fight for it. You could do it diplomatic way for the territories, or you fight for them.
There's just as much part efficiency here for G7 ships as there is in the Gilded Shackle at max level. Just as much max of both.
And Taco's points are completely valid. Like, I don't want to discredit that at all. But we're stuck in a conundrum, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
Damned if we don't.
I
don't think
feel
we are.
I feel like I feel like the research is more built for G6 and G7 to do. But when the G5 gets to G6, they're going to see, oh, the territory research is now useful for us. And maybe at G4 it's not really useful, but when you start
that's sad
growing
because it
it
used to
up,
be. It was so the territory research was useful. And then it shifted, you know.
It still is useful. It's just at your ops maybe it isn't because the mining speed is maybe low, but it is useful for majority of the rest of the player base above G5 maybe.
Yeah,
and I would agree with that.
Yeah. Hold on.
So one other thing to think of, right? Oh,
hold on. Pepper, Shiz has asked you a question in chat. I'm going to direct you that way because he's curious about how much you can actually see. Sorry,
I was
Cruz,
just
go
looking
ahead.
at it because that's a fair question. I need a Shiz. Which tree am I screenshotting?
Territory.
Yes, territory.
Send it to me.
Go ahead, Cruz.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to kind of not necessarily what Shiz pointed out, right? But one thing I think up until this TC, and I'm going to call it a TC expansion, right? I don't know that it was necessarily a reset, but what they ended up doing was for G5 and below, that TC is exactly what it was, right? Depending on how quickly you're progressing through it, it's still going to be for you. The new stuff is now all targeted towards G6 and G7 because TC, as you mentioned before, MJ, was irrelevant to us. Now there's at least a reason for us to come back in, right? And I think one of the challenges they've done is they came out, they're like, oh, TC. And so for players like Ghost Pepper or in that realm, they're looking at this going, nothing's changed for us. Like, what do you mean? Like, it wasn't supposed to, unfortunately, right? And I think that's the one thing that Scopely does have to get a little bit better when they come out, is not just say, oh, look, it's a TC reset. Hey guys, we're expanding it for your G7 players and G6 players that are your alliance mates. So they now want to come and interact with you, not it's a brand new thing. And I think there's some nuance to it that is helpful.
Yeah. Divine Divinity says, but once G6 and G7 finish their basic research, which is your TC particles, why should they even turn up? This expansion, using your words there, Crucido, gave them a reason to come back to territory. 1000% agree. 1000% agree. Until you need stuff from it, you're not going to waste your time with it. It's just that simple. There's already 5,000 things a day to do in the game. Why would you show up to lock yourself down if that's not if there's no reward for you participating in it, right? So I agree wholeheartedly. Speaking of rewards, give me just a second there, guys, because I do believe, I'm missing them. Crap. Okay, I'm on my way, guys. I'm sorry. I'm live. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me, sir. I'm on my way. All right. Dauntless, go. Yeah, that's right. Surges.
You gotta get gooder, MJ.
Listen, I've been busy fighting with a baby and keeping up with the chat and moderating the stage. Like I'm for it, bro. I'm for it. Get in there. Go.
Hit that.
Oh.
I'd hit that.
Oh yeah? You'd hit that? Surges are very important. I would hit that. Do as many as you can. Do as many as you can. I'm in. Even live, I'm in. Sorry about that, guys. No, I think that there's a lot of value in it. To my point, though, the reason we brought this up is because there's a question about what would make you want to engage with the territory pass. If you're not engaging with it already, if $300 at the end of it is not good enough, what else could they do to make you want to engage with it? That is the question. So, switching of the buffs like promised. That's coming. That's coming.
So, MJ, I think there is something that we'll have to look at, right? And I don't know what Ghost Pepper's pass looks like compared to ours, or the G6 Plus, because I think that's going to be a question of where are you at within that, right? If you see the Vanguard stuff, yeah, it's probably worth the $20. If you're not getting those,
The battle pass or something else?
the TC Battle Pass, yes. So,
Oh, I never buy that one, so I'll mute because I do not buy the extra
Which is
any of
what we're
those
that's
season
what we're
passes.
right.
talking about.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking,
I'll be
right? So
quiet.
what, yeah. But no, but I think your point is there, right? Because if you look at that, especially where you're at, it may not be a good value for you, right? So maybe the G4s and below, maybe G5 and below, may not even bother with it. Like, nope, I'm not going to touch it. I know for us, the G6 and Plus, yes, that's actually a good investment for it, right? I didn't touch it before, and because of the reasons you guys brought up, yeah, I'm absolutely doing it, 100%.
KA says if there would be buffs like getting refined materials, increased ISO research goes faster, or increased SO research goes faster, sorry, that would be a system I would go after. Yeah? Well, if Ghost Pepper is done with her TC research, then guess she needs to ops up. We've been trying to tell her that, but she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it, Divine. We tried. We tried. She ain't listening to that. No, it's true. It's true. Vanguard is G6 Plus.
Shut
1000%.
your dirty whore mouths. I am doing my things.
Yeah, you do your things. Do your things. Do your things and shut up.
For fuck's
Hey, I'm
sake.
preaching, DOS. I'm preaching, DOS. The whole point of this game is to
Hey, DOS.
move forward and to progress. Hallelujah.
Is it really? Is it really? You've got to be kidding me. I can argue this shit all goddamn night. And I don't think you want me to argue it tonight.
No,
not in here.
not really.
I'll
Not
put you
really.
down.
Not really. I'm not trying to argue with you, Pepper. You know I love you.
I heard you.
No, you're good. You're good. I do want to. So we've talked about the TC pass. We've talked about the TC pass. What about the wave pass? What would incentivize you guys to scoop that up? What would be something in it that you would like to see added that would be like, oh, well, I need to scoop this?
A complete overhaul.
A complete overhaul. Okay, tell
It
me what
needs a
that looks like.
complete overhaul. What that looks like is taking away currencies that, taking away the S31 currencies in there, the S31 reputation, taking away the amount of ciphers in there, adding a few more officer bumps, focusing more on the new content now that they're selling that to go around, adding a couple more simulation codes to that. You can already get them daily. Once you get the Athena to tier 4, there's no reason to gatekeep it as much as they do. I think we all agree at this point that the 7,000 simulation code limit is kind of ridiculous, especially on an event like today's where it costs, or you need now on Crucible you need 8 of them to do that. So even if you're getting them daily, you can't really complete with the 7,000 cap. So it needs a complete overhaul. I think that the Wave Defense Pass, the $20 version has lost its value. Now, conversely, the $99.99 value, the $99.99 pass does have a value, but it's about $200, maybe $300. Certainly not as strong as the Wave Pass or as the TC Pass. So this is one of the weird situations where if you're gonna buy it, you're better off buying the $99.99 for the Academy Doctor Shards, for the simulation codes, which if you're going to buy a 99.99 pack of simulation codes, you get almost the full quantity just in this pack alone. And then you get the 20 rare shards of each officer, Caleb, Mir, and Genesis Life, which can be quite valuable, especially increasing your outpost loot. So the 99.99 pass, it hits the marks only because of what they throw in with it, only because of that. But the $20 pass, I think, is lacking because of the lack of resources that most G6, G7 players need.
And I think opposite there, MJ, right to the other one, right? So waves, if you're a G6 and below or G5 and below, that's the pass you want to go for, right? Because all those goodies that are in there are actually really good for you, right? All that stuff in the Section 31, all of that is good for you. For G7, G6, it's probably not a chase. So maybe that's, they got to kind of look at it and say, okay, what's enticing on the TC that was good, and flip that and now take that approach and put it to the waves. I don't know. Maybe it's more research, whatever it is that's there. But for us at G6 and G7, that for me is a pass on that pass.
Fair.
Sorry, we're interrupting.
Fair. Martok, what about you, dude?
Yeah, I would like to see a few officer shards in the free track of the wave pass for the waves, just so that because they used to have half the officers in the free track, and then if you wanted to get more of the officer shards, you get you paid the $20 or the $100 to get the elite track. So it'd be nice to have the officers back in the free track, just so you can get a little bit constant sourcing of some of those wave defense officers.
Okay. Taco?
I have no opinion on this.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay, I got to check that out and see what that's about. Okay. Anybody else got any suggestions? Pepper? Anything on Wave Pass? No? Okay. Think only BP worth it is the ARC one, and when they realize they release a new one for 1 to 2 months out. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I had nothing to add. I just couldn't push the button to let me talk. So I apologize. But no, you're correct. I have nothing to add to this.
Okay, well then you're good. When they release a new one for 1 to 2 months outside that, like the Wave TC outside that, I don't see value there at all, KA says. But if all you got is 20 to spend on the game, then it's much easier than 50, says Green Tea. Sure. Doc has decent sourcing. RNG is meh. Okay. Shock, you're thumping around a little bit there, man. Trying to see, how is ops71? Ops71 is going well. I'm doing quite fantastic at 71, if I do say so myself. I already have my Vengeance BPs, and I'm just a couple of components away from being able to build said Vengeance. So that's exciting, right? Took some time to get here, but here we are. I need 5 and I'm done. So I'll be able to do it. Taco's wrong, but tacos are never wrong, says Cruzito. Okay. I mean, but the question was, what would incentivize you to get it? Not, we all know that there's not really that much value for a G6, G7 player. And I'll put the pass on screen. I have it, but I've been storing the simulation codes up like a madman. I want the officer shards. So what would encourage you to pick this up? Anybody? One suggestion. If you don't have one,
I think
fine.
I think in this case, kind of like, and you did a great example. You had a great example of where changing a simple mechanic with the TC pass, hitting that hostile. That's a great call out by you. I think that this is one instance where the incentivization to buy it comes from the fact that the pass needs overhaul. It needs more value there. You know, we've sit up here, pretty much all of us that had the opinion on it, saying that it lacks the value. In this case, it's one where exactly, and you're talking about the Athena, which is not just the Athena, but for G7, our waves are now geared towards the Athena. So the incentivization is the increase in value, and at least from our aspect. So that's what would persuade me to pick it up a little bit more. Would be to that, it is that incentivization to increase the value itself of the pack, because it's simply not there right now.
Green Tea says drop it to $10. I don't think they will with as many simulation codes that there are in it. I don't see that.
Yeah, and I don't know if the simulations are necessarily the big one, right? I obviously, just because of the amount of shards that are in there, I think that's why they're pushing it as high as they are.
Yeah.
One other thing that to kind of think of, right? And I know it's not necessarily tied to the waves, right? Because this is a weird one. You need the Athena to kind of do those waves. So maybe sprinkle in some parts, maybe for the Athena. Another thing could be maybe throwing a little bit of tokens so that you can go out and do academy drones, right? Because that's a big push. I know you need that from the refinery. You get some in there. So those things that aren't necessarily tied to wave defense, because for us it's a weird one, right? Our waves are the duo waves, but it requires the ship, right? It's kind of a weird mismatch of almost two loops in one. And so I think that's why the value is just weird, right? I don't know what you can other than maybe some tokens or something like that, but it's a tough one.
It's like I need to get together with like Wilson or Corey or Rec or somebody and do some duo waves. I haven't got to participate in any of those yet, so I have a ton of simulation codes stored up. But that's really my fault for having a lack of time. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, okay, well let's just see. Let's just see how many simulation codes I've got, since I've never spent any. I as soon as I get out of these Surge pages, let's go see. Let's go have a look see and see just how many times I can enter a wave defense. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm gonna wait for a reaction because I realize there's a stream delay, but I have a lot of starts. Yes, Wilson, same. I don't really do them, and I have like 63K.
Well, and you know what?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's interesting there, MJ, is that we did the regular group waves, right? And they were okay at first, then they got a little cumbersome. This is kind of that middle one because you use 2 players versus 5. But man, I think honestly until they go to another solo-ish type thing, right? I think a lot of players, they're just not big on the organization one. And
That's been my issue.
The other part of it is you can't find people, right? I mean, that's the one thing right now. Maybe when the Athena is free to play available, I mean, it's there, but I think when people start getting it, then maybe this pass will change and we'll have to look at it then. I think it's still too early because not necessarily everybody has the ship yet.
But I've got, there's an event up for dual waves right now for G6 and G7 players. I do it. I do 1 or 2 waves myself. I don't have the Athena, and every week for the last 3 weeks I've gotten first place in the leaderboard because nobody else does it, or maybe 1 or 2 other players does it. Not a lot of players in my bracket, and I'm up 64, are doing the dual waves because we don't have the Athena. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to get the SMS because I get some higher levels in my alliance that have the Athena, and we get through the 8 waves of the 101s. But other than that, let's
look at my leaderboard. My leaderboard does not look like yours. There's 20 people on mine. So that's a lot. That's a lot. A lot more.
I need to double check mine again. And so far, like, this is a 2-day event and there's 13 and a half hours left and no one's done it yet, except for me. And I've gotten to wave 4. I can finish wave 4 by myself with 2 ships.
I'm trying to look. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Wrath. Got it. Okay. Let me. Okay. So, let me take that off there. Okay. I mean, for me, I 100%, I 100% need to do a lot of them. So, sorry, I got distracted there for a second. I had a private message. Let me just address that. Okay. Took care of. As far as surges go, man, I am still like, need so many. Need so many. So I won't be able to finish Macala because I won't do waves or waste Latinum. Retro, I'm right there with you. That's all I got left. That's all I got left of mine. That's been part of the issue. And there's another ping. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Sorry, guys. I think that's everything. Let me look over this one more time. So, yeah, I think that's all I got as far as any of the feedback goes. There was another question, but I don't think I can even bring that one up just yet. Let's see. Shiz says, I don't have an Athena, but I partner up with a player that has an Athena. Them max forwarding means I can help wave 5 and we can full clear the 301s twice. Hell yeah, Shiz. That's awesome. That's awesome. All the milestones, Taco says, but the last one with the 10 shards, not worth spending all that lat and duo waves. Fair. Fair. Double checking, making sure the kiddo's all right. So I don't know if I said this or not, but they did promote me inside the content creator program. So I can now give away 3 battle passes to an arc. How would you guys feel about we do a battle pass giveaway tonight before we start wrapping things up? Any thoughts?
Woohoo!
Always a good
I mean,
idea for giveaways.
Okay. Okay. Well, then let me see if I can't get marbles up and running. Should be able to. Duo waves is just as dumb as group waves. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of group waves either. Let me see if I can't get my last surge start in. Because if I can get mine in, I'd like to do that. And I did. So there we go. That's helpful. That's helpful. All right. Stream is really growing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Retro. We're trying. We're trying here. Granted, it's not as easy as all that, but it is kind of getting there, yeah? So let me pull up OBS. Guys, I've got 4 minutes on my thing or on my Dauntless. Somebody remind me to click back over here in about 4, please. While I'm collecting my coins and doing all that. Where is my sounds? And let's. And of course, it's not loaded. Of course, it's not loaded. Why would it be? Why would it be? There we go. Now we're in. And it's off center too. That's fantastic. That's great. So then why don't I do it this way? Let me make that go away, make this full screen, and let me just. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, guys. So M94 Battle Pass. Now, granted, this won't be paid out until. Thank you, KA. You knew exactly where I was going. This won't be paid out until next arc, obviously. Cruzito already with 100 biddies. 9, KA says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I like this track, actually, so we're going to give it a whirl. Once we get loaded in, you guys know what to do. Take your jug. Cover up. Put your toesies down. There, hurry it. There you go. Exclamation point play. Get your balls on the board. All right. Get your balls in, folks. Let me get up here and get positioned. I think it's, yeah, there we go. Get in, get in, get in. There are some options for those of you that want skins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Entirely up to you. You can use your own skin if you have one. That's fine too. This is for an M94 Battle Pass. There are there are 6. There are 6, Simon. 6, count them, 6. If we do trigger a hype train and we can complete the level 5 hype train, then we'll give away some merch tonight via another race. But that's entirely up to you guys to do. I am going to put my ball in for fun. Obviously, if I win, it goes to the next person, right? I'll give you a couple of minutes to get in. Somebody's not going to cooperate with me. So he's going to have to come back and sit with me, which is fine, providing she'll let me. Okay. There you go. What? What's your deal, Pickle? No, you're cursed. You don't know what you want. I think you're just sleepy. I think you're sleepy. Are you sleepy? Yeah. Mwah. Mwah. She's just sleepy. She's just a sleepy girl. Look at her on the screen. Do you see you? Guys, get your balls in. Exclamation point play. Get you up here. Now that she's situated, again, my apologies. Being at home with the youngins by myself. I don't play, says Triple B. Well, you don't play the game anymore. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. There's 81 of you in chat. I have 30 balls on the board. Come on, guys. 60 seconds on the clock. Exclamation point play. Let's go. Get them in, get them in, get them in. M94 Battle Pass. Winner, I will need your player ID DM to me. Copy and paste, not a screenshot. I also need your ops level. You're keeping your balls? Okay, well, you keep your balls. That's fine, Triple B. No harm, no foul, buddy. No harm, no foul. 33 balls on the board. Exclamation point play. Come on, people. 30 seconds on the clock. Get in, get in, get in, get in. And there's a hype train. Where do we get a hype train from? I didn't even hear that one go off. Why did that start? The crazy hospital has... Balls have dropped, guys.
I don't see anyone. I didn't see anyone do something.
Cruzedo's got 100 biddies in.
Go Cruzedo.
Martok's got the lead. All right, here we go. This is the one that's hard to get by. So
Killer Angel at the 5 gets there.
Thank you, KA. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate you, bud. Okay, let's get to the front of the track. John Spartan. John Spartan 7-0. Is that Master Chief? It might be Master Chief. I'm not sure. Green Tea restarted. Draven got dingled. Guys, we are in a level 2 hype train. Hide chat. Okay.
He hyped yeah.
I might can. Hold that thought, please. I sure can. Boom. There you go. Chat's gone. All right, let me hit escape again. And boom, there you go. We're back up front. Divine Divinity, you're up front now. Nope, you're gone, Divine. Bye. Taco, you're up front. I got a
don't you
jumping
curse
baby.
me.
Thank you. Thank you. It's dead. Yep. Sorry about that. Oh, he's mad now. Taco, you still are in first. Nope, not anymore. Looks like Misa's up front, followed by Clark. Shiz, no gravity. Simon swapped with Slyzik.
Rigged.
Here we go. Here we go. Misa's all the way up front, followed by me. Obviously, I don't count. Come on, Misa, you can do it. Misa getting a big boost.
Don't worry. If you win your own race, MJ, I'm more than happy to accept the toss.
It looks like it's going to be Misa. Congratulations, Misa, on the M94 Battle Pass. Do you want it, or are we passing it on? That's the question. Yeah, I know it isn't Cottontail, but we got hit with random, so what do? You know what I mean? Could have went on to the next one. Probably should have. Misa, Battle Pass, yay or nay? Uh, 100 by Jason V-Neck, still trying to cause some shenanigans. Slyzik got second, Wilson third, Ruby fourth. Misa. Looking for an answer in chat from Misa about a battle pass. KA, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Jason and Cruzito for the biddies. You guys are awesome. Don't be throwing things. Quit. Looking for Misa. If I don't get a response out of Misa, then it'll go on to the next person. Is Mufasa around? Because I know Misa is his fiance, wife, partner. I'm going to say. Partner. If it's not, then... If she's not around, then... Misa. I need an answer, Misa. Would you like a BP? Till then.
I just pinged her in the chat as well.
Okay. Well, we'll give her a second. Matthew. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a toddler. We'll give her a couple of minutes to respond, and then we'll move forward. I see Slyzik, then Wilson, then Ruby. So 1 minute left on the hype train. That's fair, guys. What do we need to keep the hype train going? Again, if we can complete the level 5, I'll be happy to give away some merch. We are currently to level 2. We need 300 bits or 1 sub to get us to a level 3. But now, it's never required. Never, ever is it required, but it is always appreciated. I'll tell you that. More than once, Twitch has helped me with making ends meet. So, Misa, Battle Pass winner for next arc. Do you want it? 30 seconds left on the hype train. If the hype train ends, we will move forward. Never mind. Cruzito with 5. Green Tea with 1. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. Green Tea with the 1. It's dead, Matt. Quit. It's dead. There's a toddler behind me. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. He's upside down. Lord. Simon with a 5 bomb. Lord, I'm going to have to give away merch.
You are at a level 5 hype train.
Oh, we got to finish the level 5 now. That's the rules. That's the rules. That's how we do it.
We have to get to a level 6 hype train then.
Yeah, well, let's get to the level 6. Complete the level 5. Thank you, Simon. Freaking awesome, dude. You have it. Well, then keep the dead phone. I can't put it on. Thank you, Bacon. We'll give her a minute to check it and see. Slyzik, if she does not, do you want it? Darn, I can't ask AI questions. You should be able to.
No, they're all out of stock.
I mean, they're out of stock. They shouldn't be.
I tried doing it too. They're all out of stock.
I was wondering I was wondering why nobody was doing those. I'll look into them before the next stream and figure out what's up with that. They should be working. Like 1,000%. Has any Tangia come up at all?
Nope. I don't know about Tangia, but any of the.
Yeah. Try it now. Try it now. Try it now. Yep.
Oh, no,
Yep.
we could.
Yep. There it is. That explains that. Update disabled it. I had to turn it off and turn it on. That's cool. Sound alerts are working though, because Asian Boy did that. Stickers. Somebody check stickers for me.
No response on Misa.
All right, then Slyzik. Slyzik says yes. I'm gonna give her another minute. Another minute. Misa, last chance. Waited about 5 minutes at this point, which is a long time in stream time. Misa. And Simon gifting a ghost pepper mug to the chat. Congratulations, Triple B. Exclamation point enter, guys. Your chance to win a ghost pepper mug. Thank you, Simon. That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome. Guys, get in, get in, get in. Get that done. Yeah. All that should be working now. That explains what the problem was and why it wasn't working. Oh my God. Lord of mercy. You guys are all about it now. I see all kinds of activity. All right, Slyzik, congratulations. Hit me in Discord with your player ID and your, I tried to give her a time, man. I hate pulling it out from underneath her like that, but Slyzik, hit me with your player ID. I gave her plenty of time. I don't know what else to do.
A private DM, in a private DM, not public.
Yep. I need your ops level 2, buddy. Let me know it's you, okay? All right. We are still in the hype train, though. 5 subs or 2.2k bits to finish this. We got a minute and 20. If we do, we'll give away a 690 VC rocks glass.
Nice.
Well, you can choose. You can choose between any of the rocks glasses or coffee mugs. How about that? And
Let's go,
Prezito with
Chris, with a 5 gifter.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, man. Okay. So, let me screenshot this right quick. Classic. Boom. Got it. Okay. The boss is holding the baby. How about that? That's what we're doing.
Oh, so who won the ghost pepper mug? Or did it
Don't
end
think it's
yet?
went through yet. It hasn't ended yet. Exclamation point enter for
Oh,
that.
okay.
You see me getting wrestled to death here? See this? She's killing me.
She wants her time to shine.
Yeah, buddy. She wants to rock's what it is. I'm just gonna hit random track, guys, and we'll see which one we get. All right. I mean, this is a distance one. Thank you. I appreciate that, Purse. Exclamation point enter. Yeah, thank you for that, Broken Wolf. You're the man. Appreciate that. And the winner is Gray Sabers. Congratulations. Click that link. Click that link. We'll get that figured out. Thank you. Yeah, here, I'm going to pin that for you to get to it. Gray Sabers. Boom. That should be pinned now. We'll leave it pinned for a few minutes so you can get up there and get it filled out, okay? There you go. Exclamation point play, guys. Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. This one is for a rocks glass or mug of your choice from the store. If you've never done that, then where have you been on Twitch for a while? No, I'm kidding. You can check out the merch store by going to mjhat.store. Apparently my buttons aren't working for some reason. I gotta figure that out. Somebody exclamation point merch for me. Exclamation point merch if you want to go look at the store. There you go. There you go. That should take you right to the merch store. No, he retired, bro. He retired. It's more like, oh, now we're getting crabbed. We just got crabbed. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Not my fault. You're here, DOS. It's automatically your fault. I blame you. No, I'm kidding. You know I love you, buddy. Ban that dude. Why? Why? I like crabs. They itch, but I like them. RSDJ blames the French. Wait, ban it? No. Twitch, clip it. There you go. There you go, Cruz. It's done. It's done. That's all I have to do. It'll come up in a few minutes. It's that easy. It's that easy. Guys, get your balls on the board. This one is for a rocks glass or mug of your choice. Anything in the store that is a rocks glass. Oh, I'm beamed out. Cool. Or that works too.
You have to be beamed out.
Do I? Do I have to be beamed
Yeah.
out? There's that clip command. I see it now. Should be there, Cruz. All right, I got you. I got you, Slizik. Let me beam back in. There you go. Hey, there. Now we're having a party. There we go, guys. I was wondering why nobody's been doing Tangia. That makes a lot more sense. That's why you quit? You quit over the crabs? I'm sorry. I like the crabs. They're funny.
At least during the time during the conversation it was on, it wasn't getting interrupted, so that's good.
Welcome in, Him Hadar. Join us. We're giving away a rocks glass or a mug. Gray Sabers, thanks, Simon. Simon's the one that did that giveaway. Simon says, "Oh, Simon."
Well, yeah, we have to have that. We have to have that in the soundboard as well.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. All right, guys. 60 seconds on the clock. Last chance. Yep. Boo-hoo. Guys, thank you for the level 6 hype train, 9%. Appreciate that. There is a cream. There absolutely is a cream. There is a cream. Killing me, Matt. Oh, yeah. We can do it. All right, here we go. Balls are being dropped. A banana. Oh, my God. Yeah, buddy. Okay. KA, you're in the lead, but this one is a distance track if memory serves. So when we get to the end, whoever gets the most distance at the end will, in fact, win the mug. So your position doesn't matter right this second. I don't think. I could be wrong. That might be a different track. I think this one's a splatter track. So, but Green Tea, as it stands, you and Austis are holding down the front. People are coming slowly but surely. RSDJ found the ray gun. Cottontail knows. Cottontail knows what's up. Right on, buddy. I thought it was a distance track. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here comes Patrick Stewart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. He's normally spot on, though. He's normally spot on. Waiting for it. What? What? Between pools. Ostis. No. Green Tea now has the lead. Let's see. Let's see. You guys get settled. Unsubbed. Asian Boy now has the front place. Is anybody going to pass Asian Boy? Is anybody going to pass Asian Boy? Cottontail. Cottontail for the victory. Dude. Dude, congratulations. Reach out to me on Discord. Let me know which one you won, okay? Any rocks, glass, or mug. I got you. Congratulations. That was a win, buddy. You came from behind on that. That's good. No, it's distance. It's distance. Asian Boy got mad. Oh, bro, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. He did that. He did that. Chat, stage, do we have anything else we need to cover tonight besides the, there is one more topic. There's been a lot of talk recently, and I realize Discord's fully blown up here. Let me close the stage chat, and let me open up Discord here. Okay. All right. There is a lot of conversation going around between, oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. No, not even that long. Not even that long. No, they're not. No. No. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Hey, 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 give me this. Give me this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did it die? Hold on. This one's trying to go to sleep. Here. All right. No, that one's dead. Quit. Give me just a second there, guys. I know we have one more thing we have to discuss. So let me get these guys settled and I'll be, give me 1 minute. Okay. There is one more topic and one more poll we need to run. There's been a lot of talk in the past couple of days in all the Discord servers and whatnot. I know that this is going to be a sensitive subject. Let me get the game back up because nobody reminded me about my Dauntless. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Your Dauntless is dead now.
Yeah, oh, it's not dead.
Hey, MJ, recall your Dauntless.
I'm not recalling it. What do you mean? Why would I recall it? We're doing surges. We're doing surges. I'm just late to the party. It's running again. We're fine. We're fine. Don't panic. I'm not panicked. You're panicked. No, in all seriousness, there is another topic for tonight. There's been a lot of talk the past couple of days in regards to the Neelix and Kim debacle. This one's kind of important. I do know that there's people on both sides of this divide, right? I don't know how you guys are feeling. Thank you for that, Simon. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but this is not a change that I necessarily it's not going to really affect me either way, but I'm not a fan of changing things later. So I'm curious, Shockwave. I know you and I were discussing it, and you said you specifically wanted to come up and talk about it. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes if you'd like to voice your opinion there. So
yeah, I kind of wrote something out. So I'm just going to read what I wrote, so that way I hit all the points. The change in abilities between Neelix and Kim, if true, is completely unwarranted and a waste of resources. In a time where content is slowing is slowing in order to focus on fixing the game, the adage of "if it's not broken, don't fix it" must be examined. For 3 years, it's 3 years, literature, content, and strategies have been developed, created, and expounded on to help players better hone their play. The change jeopardizes playstyle based on ship type, explorer, and battleship specifically, and the choices players, especially those of lower ops G3 to G5, who develop strategy on that very thing, which is Neelix for battleships and Kim for explorers. Resources would have been better spent fixing the game where things are actually broken. You're doing surges right now. A lot of people report still Dauntless ability, extreme lag in both surges and base targeting, other major areas of the game where things actually need to be fixed and performance is lacking. This didn't need to be addressed really ever, but especially where the game is now, this should have been way down on the bottom of the totem pole. And there's something that I did add to the end of this, nothing crazy. It was Cruzito who brought up a very good point. Anytime you're doing anything like this, you're cracking open the code base, and any way that this game can stay away from the code base, I think we can all agree is a better option, because they already have so many mistakes when it comes to it. It's why we're in the position we're in with all the fixing that needs to be done.
Let me respond to Misa right here. Misa, you won next arc's battle pass. However, where you didn't answer, I gave it away to somebody else. I do apologize. I've got 2 more to give away. I am totally okay with making sure you get one of those. But I hate to do it that way. I'd really much rather run marbles for it. Are you would that upset you at all if we ran it for another stream? Because again, I waited like 5. It might have even been like 8 minutes. I was yelling your name, Misa, Misa. Well, Sugar Red. We do want them to fix things. I don't know that there's 2 sides to this. Okay, there's pros and cons. What does it change for you or I? Nothing. Absolutely. Hey, you're all right, Misa. You're all right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My understanding isn't changing the code, just the art and the name of the officer, correct? And the actual officer it brings up, and the name of the abilities, because to the journey shouldn't be to the journey. That was something Kim said, and I think it's going to be more than what they think, but it is just now. Wait, John. I have Neelix and Kim, but Neelix is much. No. The way they're doing it, you'll keep your shard count. Your burning officer will still. You'll still have it. Slyzik, are you sure? Slyzik says give Misa the battle pass. Misa, do you want the M94 battle pass? Last chance. Waiting for it.
He did confirmed it.
It's next arc. It's M94. It's M94. Okay. Slyzik, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. We'll make that up to you in the future, buddy. I promise you. Misa, shoot me your player ID. Shoot me your player ID and your ops level, and we'll get you sorted, okay? Private DM on Discord, copy, not paste, or copy and paste, not a screenshot. So, that's freaking awesome. That's extremely kind. Shockwave, to your point, I'll wait. Hold on. Did we say free towel? I think we said free towel.
Retail.
Pretty sure we said free towel. Pretty sure we said that. Pretty sure we said that. Did we say that? That still needs to happen? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Free Mackinine? Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. Guys, I'm going to throw up a poll. One more poll. Okay? And I got it. New poll. Neelix, Kim. To change, not to change? That is the question. I'm only going to run it for 5 minutes because we are literally wrapping up here. So, there it is. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. I don't need the whys. I don't need whether you think it's a good idea or bad idea. It is literally two Vicks except Kivix, like Simon said. Like Simon said. See what I did there? See what I did there?
Very nice. Very nice.
We're all impressed.
Yes, John Spartan. Yes.
Hey MJ,
sure
can I touch on that subject? Because obviously I threw out a post a bit on DJ's thing, and it's kind of caught fire, I think. So my biggest thing, right? I had a conversation with a couple of folks about it, right, and what the intent is and what they're doing. They're going to do the swap, no problem. My big thing, and again, whether it's a little effort, no effort, a lot of effort, I think this is a good win if it works, right? So I'm going to take the caveat and says if it goes out without a hitch, right? Everything is nailed. I think that's an okay thing, right? It's something that the players have asked for, right? It didn't make sense. Some people maybe cared a little more than others. And my biggest push that I wanted to highlight and make sure that the feedback got back in was, all right, I know you're going to do an art change, but you're breaking the code open. There's a potential for other things to happen. And my biggest push is just, are you sure at this moment you guys are prepared, i.e. STFC, are you prepared for something to go wrong in doing this thing that the players asked for a while back? So again, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, at least having the conversation and understanding a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's a straight art swap, cool. I just, again, I hope that it goes off perfectly so that then there's no other issues. Because if it doesn't, and there's some unintended consequences that sometimes, right, we get excited about changes, we want things as player base or whatever it is, and then there's just some side effects that we didn't expect. So again, I think in all honesty, I think the folks that are pushing for it are looking for it as a win for us as players to, Scopely saying, look, we heard the feedback and we're able to quickly move. But at the same time, there is that chance that it could go wrong. And so that's kind of where I wanted to push it. Again, is it going to affect me? No, both my officers are there, are maxed. So I don't care either way. But yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. But again, I just hope it goes off, and then that way we don't have to worry about any backlash. Because if it doesn't, and if there's anything, it's going to be like, yeah, why did you do that? What was going on? You did these things, right? And that's not necessarily good, especially with player sentiment where it is today.
Well, and that's like me. I'm right there with you, Cruz. I'm in the camp that for me, myself, and I, it doesn't really matter that much. The way it was explained is yes, it's just a UI change. Officer number 240 is Neelix, officer 241 is Kim. They're literally just switching the art around. 240 and 241 remain the same. So it's I think that maybe, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal because this Cottontail says this can't happen. Guys, the only way to do anything about it is to voice it. Okay? I'm here. It doesn't affect me. It does affect some people. Simon, I see you've got your hand up, buddy. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
So similar vein to Cruzito here. The time for the change on this was literally years ago. This is, I think, somebody, was it Demolition Man, John Spartan in there, said this smacks of somebody's ego, trying to make a change just to make a change and say, look at me. Now, like you said, there is no major difference. If somebody had a tier 5 Neelix and a tier 1 Kim, they're going to still have a tier 5 burning officer and a tier 1 morale officer.
Correct.
No harm, no foul.
Correct.
But even a UI change is a code-based change. They are opening up code, even for the UI. And quite frankly, Scopely has proven time and time again their chance to try and open a banana to eat it, and you end up with a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
But aside from that, we have asked for so many things that would be just as easy, if not easier, to put in. Why this? What's so awesome about this? Why does this have to happen now? I mean, we've got the thing I wrote in onto the Twitch chat. We have some content creators and some players that have 2 GS31s, for example.
Sure.
One of them actually destroyed both of his GS31s on screen for a donation.
Yes, he did. Which I've got no qualm against. I want to be clear on.
Well, no. And
all.
that's, you know what? I don't. Apparently, everything's legit, above board, no problems. Awesome. But there are many people that have asked for the ability to get a second GS31 and have been told, yeah, no. So either it's game breaking and that needs to get corrected somehow, like the people that have a second one, that needs to get clawed back. We've seen Scopely clawing things back. Or it's not game breaking, in which case they could add it in. You want wins. Scopely wants wins. They need wins. Why are they picking this? Why are they picking such a controversial topic such as this, rather than an honest to God win that has been handed to them on a silver platter by so many other people? So many, and it's not just the GS31. There's so many things out there that they could have just done, punched a key in. This is not a win. This is somebody's pet ego project. And it actually is more disgusting, at least to me, than it is any success rate for Scopely.
Okay. I see this is a hot button topic. All right, and I'm telling you right now, my understanding is that it's not supposed to be game breaking in any way. It is literally a name and an image change, right? Like, not at all is it supposed to be like your burning officer will be Kim, your morale officer will be Neelix. Neelix was the morale officer. I understand the request for the change. I understand that. It's gonna, the only thing it's gonna break is a lot of the tutorials that we've went through over the years. And now, that being said, I don't necessarily agree with it. Okay. I think that it's been this way for 4 years. Why are we changing it now? That's where I'm at. Okay. I just
And
want to be clear.
yeah, and MJ. So one other thing too that I pushed and talked to some folks. You know, their biggest thing, and you know, we're Trekkies. Well, let me back this up. A lot of players are Trekkies at heart, right? And so there is some things to lore and all that. And I think that's the biggest push. Whether it should have pushed the change or not, I think a lot of it was, especially with the new SVP, where he's talking about player experience and just things in general. Right, the why the push is just how out of touch the game has become to the IP itself, right? And again, very nuanced in this case, but there's a lot of things, a lot of stuff, right? Where, for instance, we're getting some interesting stuff into the game that didn't necessarily follow the lore, and whether it should or shouldn't is up for debate. So I think that's kind of one of those where they wanted to highlight it, and I think in a good faith, it's going to be a hey, well, that seems like it could be a quick fix. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Again, that being said, my biggest concern is just the execution piece, right? They have shown up to this point that they can miss it. I hope they don't, right? I truly hope they don't, and it goes off and then there's no issues. But
Right.
there's always that caveat that it may not, right? There's always some sort of unintended, unfortunately, with a game that is old, spaghetti code, all of that stuff. There's a chance.
100%. 100%. I mean, there is a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's not. Just the way it was explained to me, and it's the same way it was explained to you. It's a UI change. It's the image of the officer and the image and the nameplate. That's it. So, oh, hold on. Guffa, good to see you, buddy. Oh my goodness. We are Guffa. We are Guffa. That's correct. That's exactly what we're talking about. Um and it's kind of controversial, right? Like, guys, that poll was 22-3, just so you know. Out of the 25 of you, 30 of you that voted, it's like 88% no. So I'm going to send that in. Like that's what this is for. This is a feedback forum, okay? That's entirely what this is about. It sounds to me now Voltron, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Not necessary. I think that the sentiment is there, but I think it's far too late. Far too late to be changing things that came out 4 years ago. But that's, again, my personal opinion. My professional opinion, as far as being a content creator, is it doesn't matter either way. Both my officers are maxed. Even if they weren't, though, like, your average G4 player does not have Neelix Kim Torres maxed. Does not. If it doesn't change the shard count, then logically it should be fine. But I don't think it's a good idea, personally. So, I want to be very clear on the separation there, okay? Because I feel like if I'm not, I don't want this to stir a pot, because all I'm trying to do is bring awareness, okay? That's the key here. Because what do we do on this stage, folks? Anybody? Gray, you've not
Bring
said anything.
awareness.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just an unnecessary change.
Okay.
And because in the end, even on a lore perspective, yes, he was a morale officer, but he was also the cook, and you could actually, there are episodes where he was burning things, unfortunately. So even on a lore perspective, I think it's here nor there. I don't really think it's that big of an issue. But my biggest takeaway from this is this. As a player base, we have to be careful about what we critique and what we put up the chain that we want. It can't be every mistake has to be filtered. We have to be more selective because all of a sudden we're entertaining resources to do this. And it probably is a simple change. It's not a lot of resources, but it's still resources being directed to something that, in the general scope of things, doesn't mean anything to anybody other than their sense of he should be the morale officer. There's no value to that to me. The value was I would rather have them fix a store issue or fix something else that actually is inherent to gameplay or value for players as something that is we're changing labels and that's a win. To me, it's not a win. It's truly, in my opinion, just a moving the deck chairs around with no value.
Makes sense. Chat's moving really quick, and it's where I've got the baby in my hands. It's really hard for me to keep up. I apologize, guys. People are going to struggle with it. Okay, if it does happen, then it does happen, right? But Shiz puts a screenshot in the stage of Trip Tucker, and it's of his Voyager ability. How many other officers don't make sense? Like, why is Trip useful for the Voyager loop? It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Very fair point.
Honestly, has the game been, how do we say, lore accurate? I don't think it has. Ever. Like, on occasion, sure, but like in the grand scheme of things, no. No. Neelam? No. Keelix. Keelix is the better word. I also heard that maybe a 2-pip Kim was on the table. That was in a Discord somewhere, but that's not official. So that was another thing.
And Jay, that's something, right, where I think to address it, right, they could have leaned in, and this is something for feedback for Scopely,
Then get it out
right,
there, brother.
where they could have easily they could have easily done something like create 2 new officers that mirror that and just thrown out a 2-pip Kim, something silly, right? That does it, a changeling type of thing, and then just giving those officers out to everybody. And it would have achieved, I think, the same thing, allowed them to kind of quote unquote save face and lean into some of that self-deprecation that I think that they're missing a lot, at least right now. And that would have been awesome for them to do.
Taco threw us in slow mode there for a second just so we could keep up with chat there. Should not have a way to promote Kim to keep him in lore forever, Ensign. Fair. Be careful complaining about vanity projects, though. A huge part of us have been campaigning for vanity projects like skins and such. I agree. Skins are much more important. Hailing frequencies, your station skin that we've been talking about. What about Tau? Man, I don't disagree. I'm a big component for free Tau. You know that. You know that. Clark, you've been here a long time. You know that. So, this one is one I'm going to reel in on. Okay. And I'm going to say, what happens, happens. But I think if you want your voice to be heard about it, then speak up about it. Okay? That's really the only way I can put it. Right in the Discords. That's all you can do. Come on the stages. Speak your mind. Get your voice heard. Which is what we specialize here. Plain and simple skins sell. Absolutely, Himhadar. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. Guys, I think we probably should wrap up on that note, don't you? I do want to thank everybody for coming on tonight, man. It's been a hell of a show after I got it fixed. And I definitely appreciate the love and support that this community keeps springing to me time and time again.
Welcome to Open Mic Night.
I forgot
Joy.
to change the transition. That's okay. That's okay. Guys, thank you again for popping in this evening. You know I love you guys very much. Broken Wolf, if you're in chat, please, or Taco, find us a raid target. There is a huge difference between a vanity project and vanity items. Okay. Guys, let's go say hi to Warzone. Show him some love. Hashtag free towel. I mean, it's either that or hashtag Keelix. So, yeah, you know what? Hashtag Keelix. Hashtag Keelix as we raid in. I love you guys very much. Stay frosty. Y'all be good. Broken Wolf, smash that button. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.